now starting to make rounds. Somebody was flying on a commercial airliner. Right. Oh, good. We have a little person, a little green screen person in the corner explaining to us what's happening.
That's why I'm keeping the sound off.
Yeah, because guys, let me tell you, a lot of people say, and then they leave it. A lot of times those the green screen talkers, their edits aren't that tight.
No. So
they go like they kind of accidentally leave that little moment of breathing room in between their two statements, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But so she said, I guess this video must have crossed her path, and there are multiple groups of them. This is a airplane flying through the sky above the clouds, and there are people that are just chilling up there, standing. Some of them really look like humans standing on the clouds, but with the perspective, we'll tweet it out, by the way. What's our Twitter address now?
Sam Roberts. Sam Roberts.
Salutations. Greetings. Salutations.
Fine shits. Sam Roberts, SXM.
Okay, we'll tweet out this video.
I think.
So you can see for yourself. But it does, and I don't know. The perspective seems off, though. It feels like they might be giants that are living in the clouds.
Well, that would explain it.
Why? Because
they can't live on Earth, like on land.
Not enough room?
No, and also it'd be scary.
They're not trying to freak anybody out. Maybe they're harmless giants. So as harmless giants, they're more like, if we live in the clouds.
Right.
I think this would be better.
A James and the Giant Peach scenario.
Well, what does this girl on TikTok think?
Okay,
I want to know what her theories are.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, they appear to be, I'll just tell you, somebody cell phone cam out of a passenger airliner, and you're just looking at like a sheet of clouds, and there are what appears to be like a couple of individuals. They're shaped like people that are standing on the clouds. What does she think it is?
The following footage was captured by a passenger on a commercial airline.
Jeez.
They were glancing outside when they noticed something weird, what appeared to be beings standing on top of the clouds. And it's more than one. But what is it?
Hey, how come this lady wants us to believe that she's figured out how people live in clouds, but she can't figure out overmodulation on a microphone? Like, wouldn't you really want to dip into, if this is what you're going to be doing, wouldn't you want to dip some of those psychic powers into figuring out how to maybe turn down the level on the mic, maybe don't lean in quite so close to it and go, you're going to be really surprised what you see here in the clouds. I'm kind of going like, okay, enough about the clouds. Like, I don't care about the people in the clouds because it's hurting my ears.
Couldn't possibly be humans out there. What did they capture? Take a look at this.
The X-Files music. The music is... Wait, if you actually have footage...
it's so fake.
If you actually had footage of people living in the clouds, you wouldn't need a narrator or dramatic music. Also, I just realized there's text on this video. Across a plane of white clouds, she decided to apply white text. So we can't read it. I mean, I don't know what that says.
Looks like a human with a aura around it.
With an aura?
I asked ChatGPT, I got the scariest answer.
Oh, ChatGPT. What would you ask ChatGPT? What did ChatGPT say? Come on. Come on. Wait, what did ChatGPT say? That's it. Okay. I mean,
the music is so
the whole thing is bothersome.
Like, just show the video.
By the way,
it's interesting on itself.
Right in the comments, if you know what it was. Hey,
just trying to get my engagement up, dog.
If you know what these mysterious cloud people are, hit me in the comments.
Thank God they're taking this app away. You know what? I've turned the corner. I was pro after looking at the Rising yesterday. I was like, hey, we got to keep TikTok. Now I'm done with it. I'm done with the whole platform. I hope they take it away. I hope nobody buys it. This is so annoying. A passenger on a commercial airline appears to be multiple beings standing on cloud cover. What is going on? Nothing is going on.
Nothing.
There's nobody standing in the clouds.
No. And if I took that video, I would probably, keep my focus on the mystery people instead of just like going all.
Look at all the clouds.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Wow.
Plus, now that you've seen mystery people who live in clouds, check out how beautiful these clouds are. Is that what is that person? It's actually the desert floor, and this is the mob dealing with a thief. It does look like Joe Pesci getting buried at the end of Casino. Yeah,
Who the hell knows?
I mean, what I know is it's not human beings living in the cloud. Everybody is now posed. Good. I'm glad they started this trend. Everybody's like, oh, I also have photos of people who live in the clouds. Nobody's living in the clouds. But that's the thing. The internet, people want answers so badly, and they live on the internet, that they'll believe it. There's a lot of people who I'm sure saw that video and are now going about their day-to-day life going, hey, I don't know if you heard, but there are confirmed people in the clouds.
But if not cloud people, then what?
Okay, I guess we found one of
Notice
these.
something weird. What
I didn't mean to.
Is this the answer?
No. This is
It's the same video.
original video.
Because I
am
noticed
curious though why the plane is not moving.
Well, maybe it just looks like it's not moving because it's
So high up.
so high up and the clouds are so...
But I mean, look how long this video is. They're at the same cloud the whole time.
Is it possible that the pilot went into a holding pattern when he saw the cloud people
that is
because
possible.
he wanted to investigate?
It is moving.
And if you look to your right, you'll see the Arizona cloud people have come out. You can wave to them and wave to our friends. It is moving.
Is it?
Yeah, you can see when it's on the engine, you can see the engine moving.
All right, so they
Has
instructed...
anybody said what this was? Did anybody figure this out?
Bullshit is what they said. They said
Well, I understand it's bullshit, but what is it?
a bunch of bullshit in a cloud. Yeah, I don't know. This it's kind of,
some people say it's a fog layer and you're seeing steam rising from exhaust stacks.
yeah, those are coming from my ears watching this video. Exhausted.
Somebody says, I got an answer from a highly experienced pilot, probably smokestacks or cooling towers below the cloud layer. Looks like a very low fog layer. And this isn't the tower itself, but the actual steam coming out of them rising above the fog.
It is always so funny. Like, nobody takes a minute when they're looking into stuff like this to consider that they have no idea what they're talking about. They have no knowledge of clouds. They have no knowledge of anything in terms of how the earth works, of environmental anything, of atmospheric anything. They have no knowledge of any of it. They just see what appears to them to be people in clouds. And then they insist, well, like Mike just did, if not people, then what? Well, I mean, you just ask somebody who knows about clouds, and they'll probably have a very reasonable explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. Steam doesn't look like a man wearing a backpack.
So you're seeing a backpack as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It does look like... I mean, it's weird that smokestacks would make figures like people, though.
Troy definitely thinks it's people.
No, I don't know if it's people or not, but it definitely... I don't know if it looks like a plume of smoke.
I don't know if it's people or not.
But
I mean, who the hell knows, dude?
these,
I know.
these people who know about clouds, sounds like bullshit to me. I'm going people with backpacks.
I mean, that is clearly the silhouette of a backpack. He's casting a shadow.
Now that you say backpack, I see the backpack.
Yeah, if you're like, that's a plume of smoke from a smokestack. I
Right.
don't know.
You gotta be a real idiot to think that.
Right. Clearly humans.
It doesn't look like that, but I don't, if you can show me another plume from another location where it's like, well, this is what a plume of smoke from a smokestack
Are you going
in the
into-
clouds look like.
You sound like, you know who you sound like right now?
Crazy.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Look, all I'm asking is show me a plume, bring it into the town square for all of us to see.
Yeah, show me another time where it's like in the clouds. It's like, oh, this is what a smoke from a smokestack looks like.
Well, they just had all those other videos of people who said there were human beings living in clouds.
Yeah, I don't think Troy's completely off base. I don't.
You think
I
they're
said-
humans?
No, you don't
No.
say they're humans.
Also, like, why are there only 5 of them? Like, that seems so lonely. It's just so much cloud and only like 5 people.
Sounds like paradise to me.
Well, depending on the 5 people.
That's true.
What if it's 4 douchebags and you? And then it's just 5 douchebags. Got him, right?
That was a good one.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I mean, the explanation that you just read of the person who knows about clouds saying that this is what the cloud thing is, I mean, I kind of am prone to go, that's probably right.
Well, it could just be someone trying to be smarter than the room. They see a picture of people standing on a cloud, they have to disprove it immediately to feel smart.
Those shitty experts, right?
Fucking nerds.
It is a fun thing that people go to college and they spend years and they learn about these things and they master these things so that they can tell people what's really going on. And that the era that we live in now, anybody can go like, yeah, but you're probably just saying that so you sound smart. I think you're bullshit.
I mean, you can't say there's not people doing that.
You mean like grifters?
Well, no, like, there's clearly drones in the sky. And then Mick West is this, brilliant guy. And he's like, hello, stupid. It's helicopters and planes.
100%, right?
And it's like, well, this is the smart guy. Like, we should just listen to him. It's like, I don't know. You might be wrong, dude.
Well, yeah, but that's a smart guy who is also, to your point, which you've made before, invested in, this is my business. I disprove this. It's another thing for a guy who's just like, whoa, like, I just study clouds. That's what I've been doing. And I guess there's a moment for me to finally have some mainstream coverage. This is what's going on in the clouds.
Then if that's the case, then go like, here's other examples of that.
Give me more footage of smokestacks.
There has to be other times where a smokestack was documented with a plume of smoke in the clouds.
Travis, have you found the documentation?
You hear me furiously type?
Yeah. You can't find it, can you?
I can't.
I'm going to tell you right now, Travis, if you can't find it,
it doesn't exist.
We're going with people.
I would say it's people.
Well, with
backpacks.
That's right.
You gotta carry supplies up there.
Well, sure, you're in the clouds.
That looks nothing like the video that we just saw.
No.
I mean,
it doesn't look like a human. It looks like a plume of smoke.
Yeah, that's very clearly smoke.
Yeah,
but that is very, very close. If you were far away,
now that's a little bit.
It looks honestly, it looks extremely similar to what we just saw.
It actually really does.
It looks like just like what we just saw.
This was posted 7 years ago.
Oh, so we've had a plume of smoke conspiracy problem for the last 7 years.
I don't know if it was a conspiracy until that other video came up.
Right, and that girl was over-modulating, saying, these are people.
That's right.
I see. Well, maybe Trump will give us day one. We'll find out about the cloud people, too.
He's got a lot to get to day one.
Well, the guy doesn't get a lot of sleep, luckily, so I think we'll be okay.
I'll take JFK files over this first.
But what about this? If it's like there really are people who live in the clouds,
yeah,
I want that above JFK files. If there are not people living in the clouds, that's why this is such a risk. It's a gamble. Because if there are people who live in clouds, I would say that's above JFK.
I mean, there's interdimensional beings, I'm sure, that are.
Yeah, but they're not like literal human beings just chilling in the clouds with a backpack on.
Well,
right.
They could be shapeshifters and take on the shape of a human.
They could, but then why would they also add the backpack? Like you would think
you could shape into a backpack too.
But why would you? I mean, if you have the ability to shapeshift, why would you still need a backpack?
Well, people carry backpacks. You want to hide amongst the population. You don't want to be pointed out as a shapeshifter.
Right. And you figure the best place to hide is a cloud.
They might be surveilling us before
from the cloud
entering society. Bird's eye view.
Did anybody ever go like, hey, we have very tall buildings. You could peer out the window of one of them.
Well, they get a little closer and closer each time.
I see. Okay. All right. So they start at the cloud and then maybe go a little lower.
Mount Fuji.
Right. Mount Fuji, then a skyscraper.
Sears Tower.
Right. Sears Tower, down to some of the skyscrapers in New York. Third story of a house. Now we're on the ground.
Next thing you know, they're walking amongst us.
That's right. With
backpacks.
That's right. You got to watch them.
I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I like the vibe that it's like, instead of being very, very speculative and going, well, clearly they're not humans in the cloud. I love that how many people now are going, until you can prove to me beyond the shadow of a doubt with 100% accuracy that they are not humans with backpacks in the clouds, I'm going humans with backpacks in the clouds. That's it. Ari in Israel.
Hi, Sam. Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
With all this shit going on here, nothing made me happier watching Nicole's phone fall into the toilet.
for the record, just in case anybody, I mean, we remember what happened last week. You brought this up. I don't know. Apparently her headlights was not safe for the air. I don't know if her phone falling into the toilet is safe for the air. I don't want anybody coming in and trying to rip my head off again. Ari brought it up, so that means it's safe for the air, right, Ari?
Salutations, bitches. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Okay, thank you very much, Ari. Yes, the video was posted. Nicole from the Morning Mashup. We do the Satisfying podcast together. She was feverishly drying off her phone because I guess it fell in the toilet yesterday. If anybody, this is manic energy. If anybody is going to have a phone fall in the toilet, it's her.
What's happened?
My phone just fell in the toilet fully, and I'm screaming, "No, no!" And some girl in the mirror goes, "Ma'am, are you okay?"
Before or after flush?
It was before, and I didn't even pee. No, I didn't even pee. It had just been cleaned. It's a clean toilet, but still.
Right. I don't believe
there's still poo remnants.
No way.
There's definitely fecal material.
Oh, gross. It was just. Oh.
Just to be safe, I'm using some over here.
Smart, Ryan.
Fair enough. Get that hand sanitizer.
Why was it in my back pocket? Oh, God, okay.
In her back pocket, so she's just like...
What an idiot.
Pulling her pants down to piss, and it's just like... Bloop, bloop. The sound of that phone hitting the water must have been so satisfying.
I see what you're doing.
I mean, I didn't even do it on purpose, but that we might have to address that in the podcast this week. Yeah, I mean, I walk around with my phone with no case on it. It's never come near the toilet. It's not a thing, but that's also because...
Yeah, but you're also not generally aloof.
No. Well, it's
aloof
not,
and manic.
That's it. It's more manic than aloof. I think it's just like everything is such a thing. Like she'll go, "Oh my God, I'm so busy today. Oh, I gotta go grocery shopping."
Like,
and you're going like, everybody goes grocery shopping. Yeah. What are you talking about? I gotta go.
Normal thing.
And I gotta go to work, and then after work, I gotta pick up my kids from school. Yeah, that's what people do. Everything will be fine. Relax. My phone's in the toilet.
Those poor kids.
And why?
Because mom's a manic lunatic.
Okay, that's you. I don't know if that's safe for the air. That you said that.
I love Nicole. You know that, but
I mean,
she's just this manic all the time.
It always is something with her.
Yeah.
Her phone fell in the toilet now, and she says I've never seen a clean toilet. I've never been in the ladies' bathroom, but I've never seen a clean toilet at Sirius XM.
Especially with the ladies that work here.
You think the ladies that work here are especially reckless in the bathroom?
They're probably just destroying it.
A lot of big shitters.
You think so?
Yes.
You got the WFAN of women broadcasters here. Maybe. I wouldn't be shocked by it. And even so, I mean, it's the type of thing where one flush is not going to do it. That phone needs to be replaced. It's disgusting.
You think there's feces on it?
I do. I do think there's feces on it. I love that she was just wiping it with Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
Definitely fecal remnants.
Yeah. Definitely remnants of some sort. She's being criticized for the amount of emails that she has.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, that makes me so angry.
Yeah, and I know you do the same thing.
It does?
It just infuriates me.
Even the emails? Not just the text?
Like text, emails. Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah. Why is
it's mental illness.
It's mental illness.
How so?
Because I almost feel like it is a kind of like a hoarder mentality, because you do the same thing with points.
Well, just Dunkin' points because they don't run out.
And you've got like 10,000 unread texts or emails, and you got the red bubble, just so you could be like, look how important I am. Look how many things I haven't checked.
I mean, is that why you think I'm putting it on a T-shirt so everybody can see?
There's something stranger. I'd love to understand the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
Well, the psychology is I read the preview. So I don't need to open the text.
But what about the emails? You didn't read the email.
There's a lot of junk email.
You put it in a junk folder.
Delete
and
it.
Oh, there's all this. Now we're going step by step. Oh, delete this. What about this? What about that? It's like, no.
You just leave unread junk email?
Don't care. TLDR. Next. You don't have any unread emails?
No, me neither.
You got no red bubbles?
Nope.
I keep it read if it's something I have to take care of.
Yeah.
Well, I got lots.
Yes. So that I don't forget about it?
So
absolutely.
It's like blaring at me, like I got to do this.
I do that especially with my work emails, because I'm like, I want to remember that in the morning. Right. Let me put this on red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to know if I have 33,352 unread emails. That 52. That last one is probably an important one.
It's mental illness. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 33,000 unread emails.
No
on
wonder
this
you
phone.
get along so well with her.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this is you're on the same mental illness spectrum.
Yep.
What spectrum?
Whatever that is. I don't know.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
That doesn't feel well thought out.
How many unread texts?
You want to know?
Yeah. I asked.
Well, I will tell you, I plugged my phone into the CarPlay the other day, and the kids from the back seat were like, "Dad, you have 54 missed calls?" It says 54 on my phone app.
I have to tap I gotta clear everything.
And 55 voicemails.
Like
I don't know what these. I don't know what these voice. Yeah, you're a worker bee, man. You know what it is, man? I don't have time to listen to the man. You know what I'm saying?
You have all the time in the world.
I'm not going to listen to the man. My thing is that I don't like to live by society's rigid structure. You know, and I kind of...
How many texts?
I was hoping you forget.
Nope. It's in the hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the hundreds.
Oh my God, that's just...
And those are separate people. Oh, no, that's not separate people. Those are texts. Okay.
A lot of it is like...
Group text?
Group text that I've given up on.
Yeah.
Because my wife yelled at me the other day. As these texts kept coming in, I left the group text. And it was like with her mom and her aunt.
And it says Sam Roberts.
And she looked up like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why don't you just mute the group?
I didn't know. I just was like, fuck this.
I have so many groups that are muted.
I go, fuck this. I left. And she was actively on it. And she goes,
Are you guys planning something?
I don't know. I was just like, it just kept coming in. I clicked leave. I don't need to be here.
I get that.
She'll tell me. But I didn't know a thing comes up. I mean, I didn't really care, but I didn't know a thing came up. And she just looked up at me because she got the alert. Sam Roberts has left the group text. And she was like, why would you do that? And I go, I don't need to be in there.
I appreciate that more than just leaving all those unread.
Right now, currently, and let's see if there's any I need to read. Not really. Well, okay, I'm going to read this because my wife sent me pictures of the kids. Look at that. That's adorable. Okay. And then there's more coming in. Didn't do anything to my total. It's 1,215.
1,215.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I read the preview.
I did. I didn't say it like that, but I did read
I'm going to start putting such cool, important information.
You don't have any. You don't know any. You don't know any cool or important information.
I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. By the way.
And... I mean, that bites me all the time.
Does it?
The preview comes in. I didn't realize there was a second paragraph.
And there's like something that you probably should know.
Right. And it luckily...
Also, do you want Stone Cold tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you
didn't respond.
Yeah, you didn't get back to me. I figured it was a no.
He's going to come in. He's just chilling at a hotel in New York. He figured you didn't want to see him.
Yeah, he's with his cats.
He travels with them.
Yeah.
I'll like... hours later, the opening to be, let me text this person to tell them this, and I'll see there's a second paragraph I didn't account for, and I'll go, I guess I'm responding now.
Should, if people are texting you should read them.
I mean,
you don't have to respond. There's plenty of texts I don't respond to,
and I'm sure you get a ton of just bullshit texts.
So many bullshit texts,
but it's like,
well, he's the man,
of course, but
Okay, see, one I read the preview on. I was texting with comedian Greg Stone yesterday. And my text to him was, looking forward to having you back on. And he responded with the text, #MeToo. And so I saw the #MeToo. I laughed when I saw the preview. And I was like, okay, I saw it. I know it's there.
But open it up and just so it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to. Now we're talking about all this clicking to do.
Or maybe hit him back with a ha-ha reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a thumbs up.
Yeah, or a thumbs up.
I have.
Thumb up him.
I didn't think I would ever do that, but I have started adding the thumbs up in the hearts.
Oh God, I do it all the time.
In the reaction.
That's the best way to end a conversation.
It's a great bow.
Yeah.
It's a great bow to put on the conversation. And an acknowledgement of, yes, I saw it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to be like, I'm done with this conversation, and here's me acknowledging what you said.
Yeah, I have 1,200 texts, 54 phone calls, 33,000 emails, 10 tweets. I don't even know what that is.
Tweets, those are posts on Twitter.
I thought that was X.
It is now.
I mean, 7 things on my calendar. I don't know. I don't even use my calendar. I write everything down in a book.
Your wife is probably adding stuff to your calendar.
Ugh. I write it down in my little calendar book.
You don't use your phone for your calendar?
No, I write. I have a little.
Man, you're old school.
Yeah.
You're analog.
I am. I'm an analog guy living in a digital world.
I like the phone calendar because then, like, my wife and daughter can add, like, oh, I have practice today from 3 to 5, and now I know I don't have to keep asking.
No, that's good, but also, I've had to have conversations with my wife where I'll just see all these calendar updates coming in because she's adding me on stuff, and I tell her...
She wants you to be a part of her life.
I know, and I tell her, I don't know what all these things are. Half of them have to go. It's too much of it. I got way too many things in a way too short period of time.
Do a lot of them not have to do with you?
No, they're all like, we're doing this, we're doing that.
So then...
I'm not doing all these things. Half of these things have to go. Half. Because I'm overwhelmed. I got too much going on right now. Half of what you just sent me has to go.
Also, SmackDown's on when this is happening.
Yeah, you're talking about Friday night. SmackDown's 3 hours now. That's the whole night now. It's not part of the night. I can't DVR catch that up. It's 3 hours. Got to watch live.
Can't believe she's still doing this. Like, still,
you mean being married?
Well, she's married to you. Like, you think she'd know by now? Like, okay, Sam's busy. I'm not going to keep doing this. But she's still doing it, huh?
Well, she will.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Of course it is. But this is Sam you're dealing with.
He should know what he is supposed to be doing.
It ain't changing. Like, no, she's far more well aware of that now that it's, once it's like, no, half of it has to go. There's no, well, maybe we have a discussion. Like, no, half of it has to go. It's just not going to. Because it won't even be a hostile thing. It's just, I won't be there. You got to know I won't be there. So you have to tell me what's actually important for me to be at, because I will not be at all this stuff.
She clearly sees that you're working hard.
I'm providing.
Yeah.
That's what I tell her. Women like to hear that. Excuse me, I'm providing. Don't talk to me like that. I provide.
So have her make like 2 different calendars, like 2 different colors. Like here's the really important shit that you are absolutely doing.
Tell her only important shit. I don't want the other color.
And also here's some stuff with the kids that you might want to do before they grow up.
Well, I hang with the kids.
I hope so. You're a busy guy.
The kids?
Yeah, I don't know their names. I don't remember all the time.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah. No, but that's part of it too. She's like, oh, we're going to do this. I go, no. We're going to hang with the kids. We're just going to stay home. Sometimes like having to feel like you got to do stuff all the time is like, no. Just chill. Let's just hang with the fam.
Kick up your feet with your shoes still on.
You could kick up your feet with your shoes. My shoes are light.
Just chill.
Just chill. Dan in Iowa City.
Morning, Sam. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Other than I'm dealing with insubordination. Other than that, I'm good.
Travis is a twerp.
Yeah, I think that too. I respond to every text. Thanks. Got it, buddy.
I don't respond to every text. I just clear out my noties.
You respond noties. No. Is that short for notifications?
Yep.
Look at all those noties. My man's not even clearing his noties. Sorry, Dan.
It's okay. So, with Nicole dropping her phone in the toilet bowl, having confirmed head lice, and having these gross sexcapades with Matt Biggins and the Tefts, is she officially a disgusting person?
I mean, I got in so much trouble when I said that last time, but it's like, prove me wrong. I'm like Troy with the cloud people. It's like, you just keep presenting evidence. Like, hey, don't say I'm disgusting. By the way, let me go fish my phone out of the toilet. Like, what possible conclusion could we draw to? Even her husband on this Instagram post writes, I married a mess. like, come on. How am I the bad guy here?
You're not.
All right, I'm going to hang up and listen. She's filth. Thank you.
Thank you.
You think she's more disgusting or gross?
I think gross. I don't think, like, a disgusting person.
That really conjures an image.
Because she washes.
Right.
She bathes.
Smells.
She doesn't smell. She's not like a hoarder. Like, she doesn't live a lifestyle where she shouldn't exist on this earth. That's a disgusting person.
You've met disgusting people.
And you can't even be around them. They stink.
Right.
She's just like, you can observe a mess. You can be around a mess. Oh, we love her. She's a mess. But she's gross. We love her. But a disgusting person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Big difference. And I think that's where we're at.
She's brat, but a couple decades too old.
She's like hot dog is an aging liberal. She's an aging brat. She's not gonna like that at all.
Well, no, but it's fun.
And by the way, too, you know
like
what
one for little pop culture things.
Well, she likes pop
they
culture.
guess the age.
You know what her husband does, and I'm convinced of this. So that's why she was so mad at all of us. Because her husband has to deal with this all the time, and he listens to this show instead of her show.
I mean, I get that.
He reports on it and go, "Oh, the guys were so mean. Oh, no, me and you are on the same team. Let's yell at the guys. Me and you together will yell at them, hoping to get." Because I've seen the text she sends him, and they're hideous. They're crazy. They're so mean.
Like, deservedly so?
No.
Okay.
No. Like, she's said, "Oh, he was such an asshole. Let me show you the text." And I start reading the text, and I'm like, "Nicole, you're a monster." Like, you're saying things intentionally trying to hurt feelings as much as possible.
And Matt's a sensitive guy.
Matt's a low-key sensitive guy.
Yeah.
But
Very
when you're
sensitive.
married to her, you got to let shit roll off your back.
That's right. You got to let shit roll off your back because she's going to let shit roll off her back, if you know what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
Boom. Donnie in Long Island?
Yeah, I just wanted to give props to Troy and Travis for trying to speak to you, Sam, in a rational, reasonable manner and trying to convince you of the error of your ways, because you're the same guy as an adult male, married with 3 children, who thinks it's fun to ride the lightning and run out of gas on a turnpike.
Great point.
I did run out of... I ran out of gas, Why did I run out of gas? Because I didn't fill the tank.
You're reckless.
I'm right. You know what? I'm kind of a brat myself. Yeah, no.
Jess is a saint.
Yeah, no, she is. She is. She absolutely is. The things that she deals with.
To deal with your bullshit just every day?
I mean, I'm coming home with parking tickets left and right just because I think it's fun to not have to pay for parking.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Wait, what's going on?
I mean, I really don't like paying for parking, and it's not like I figure out some system.
Paying for parking where?
Anywhere.
Okay.
So
okay.
Then I just get parking tickets.
And you don't pay them.
I do. No, I give them to Jess. She pays them because I won't. And
why are you making her your secretary?
Yeah.
First
Show
of all,
some respect.
there's another R in that word. It's not secretary.
Troy, that one is on you.
Okay,
secretary. No, because she'll get it done. I'll be like, yeah, I'll get this done, and then there'll be a warrant out for my arrest or something.
Where do you get a parking ticket?
Anywhere. All the train station. What do you got? Wherever you got.
And so you're like, hey, I'm parking. I mean, I do see that I have to pay for it.
Not today.
I'd rather pay 10 times the amount later.
I'd rather ride the lightning.
You're not riding the lightning.
Yes, it is, because it's either...
At a train station, they're like begging people to not pay. So
I know, they got me at the train station enough times now that I'm paying.
Yeah.
They got me a bunch of times.
Yeah, I mean, they see that you're not paying. They're going to be like, oh, there's that jerk off again with this. We recognize that license.
Yeah, they're
and
looking
the Jeep.
for you.
Yeah. No, they got me. But... No, yeah, to the point where the kids are like, "You got another parking ticket, Dad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we went into Target. There's a parking ticket on the windshield. What's the big deal?"
Yeah, you're not setting a good example to your kids.
What? Oh, I'm going to raise kids that don't pay the parking meter.
We got to obey the rules.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, dude. Yeah, because that's one thing.
You're telling them that flaunting the law is okay.
Yeah,
first of all,
I'm above the law.
Yeah.
Flaunting the law is not a phrase. It's not. You're not using the word flaunting right. And second of all, Troy, who was just out here going like, you got to raise your kids to respect the law. Anyway, let's go do donuts on a stranger's front lawn. Like,
and show our penises.
Yeah. You know what's fun? Sexual assault.
Showing your penis in a menu wasn't a crime until after 2016.
Oh,
that's when they did.
That's true. We can't retroactively.
You can't punish retroactively. I
was being a kid.
There was a precedent set. Like all of a sudden, Troy is this upstanding citizen. That's against the rules.
But he's right. You want to teach him good values.
Yeah, sure.
So you can't.
Yeah, that's
you have to obey the law.
Okay, well, how about this? Every now and then they'll get a parking ticket, but they won't have a stupid tiger tattooed on their stomach. Okay, how about that?
That feels like a person.
How does that feel?
Yeah, I don't know how the two work together.
It's so unnecessary.
Well, what would you rather? Your kid have a big tattoo of a tiger on his belly or parking ticket?
Well, I'd prefer raise my kid to obey the law.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Not like, hey, we're going to Target, by the way, it's going to cost us a cool $50.
No, it's like $25. It's a mall.
Why don't you just pay the parking?
Or zero. More often than not, it's zero. And I walk out of there feeling so good.
There's something you love about not obeying the rules.
I like to get one over.
Like when they tell you not to put your two bags in the overhead compartment, you're like, nope, I'm doing that.
Both of them.
You're selfish.
Double time.
Yeah, selfish.
Very selfish.
Oh, really? You don't do that?
I do. But I saw you doing it, so then I was like, I'm just going to imitate Sam.
You go to a Target where you got to pay to park?
Well, yeah, it's part of
I
a
thought
shopping.
you lived in the suburbs.
It's part of a shopping center.
And you got to pay to park in that shopping center?
That's right.
Man, you should move to Staten Island.
They don't charge people to park?
No, we just park in the Target parking lot.
I've heard it's paradise.
It is paradise.
I've heard it's paradise.
Plus, we see things with our eyes wide open.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys are looking forward to next week. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a thrill when you don't pay for parking.
Yeah, but it's not a thrill when you walk out to your car and you see another parking ticket.
It's a bummer, but it's gambling. It's
you lose a lot.
Nah, you know.
You can't. There's no winning. I understand.
$0 is because it's like all these other fools paid $3 to park. Fools they all are. Not me.
$3.
Not me.
And you can't get your thing stamped at Target when you go?
Like validated?
Yeah.
Validated? No, I don't think so.
They don't validate parking at the Mamaroneck Shopping Center or wherever you're going?
I don't even know if there is.
I'm sure they do.
I don't know if there. Well, it's all self-checkout. Who would validate?
I'm sure you get.
First of all, you're Mr. I'm sure. You're also sure people were living in the clouds. So I'm going to take your I'm sure and put it with Nicole's phone in the toilet. That's okay.
You're saying it's plumes of smoke from a smokestack. It didn't look like that. It looks like people.
When was the last time plumes of smoke wore a backpack, right?
Exactly.
I'm sure Target validates parking, and I'm sure that there are people living in the clouds.
You see what I mean? It's like, what do we... This is called analyzing the source.
Yeah, like, I love that Troy's on my side, but it's hard sometimes.
It is. It is. It is.
Man, I think that's nuts.
Yeah. I'm crazy, dude.
Well, I don't know if I would...
I'm like a wild guy.
Define you as a wild guy.
I'm
More like you're irresponsible.
No. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
A rebel?
I am. I'm Pee Wee Herman's version of a rebellious person.
Man.
It's a little victory. I love a little victory.
Right, but those little victories come at the cost of like many, many failures.
But the victories. I'm an optimistic person. I focus on the victories. I focus on W's. I forget the losses.
Well, yeah, because you pass them off to your wife, and you're
Goodbye.
like,
yeah,
this
you
loss.
got this, right? And she's like, yeah, of course I do.
Another $25 ticket.
Boom. There you go.
How many, honestly, would you say you got in the last year? Just ballpark.
I mean...
Take a guess.
More than 20?
No,
okay.
Way less than that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say like... I was going to say a half dozen. That's probably low, but way less than 20.
Okay. Probably around 10 or less?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not horrible.
Not horrible.
But it's still avoidable.
It's not like... If it got to the point where you were looking at it and you're like, this is becoming an annual family expense, we cannot do this, then it would be like, okay, we have to change our wild ways.
I mean, I get hit with those speeding cameras all the time, so like...
Right.
You know, and I'm still going 32 and a 25.
What?
I know, nuts.
You are crazy too.
I know.
What's
Those
up,
cameras
rebel
just
brother?
keep popping up everywhere.
Oh, they got them everywhere.
They're a bugger, aren't they?
They got them everywhere.
There's nothing worse than driving at night and then just seeing a big flash behind you, and you're like, God damn it! I think that was me.
You look down.
Fuck.
32.
32. Got me.
You got to invest that tape you put over your license plate.
Nah, Gers will just rip it off.
Well, I will say I know that that's happening because our friend Gers made an appearance on The Daily Show. Did we see this?
I did not.
Yes, The Daily Show is covering congestion pricing, which, by the way, it makes me furious that I think it's working. They said something like last week or I don't remember if it was a day or a week or whatever it was, but they said in the business district, there were like 43,000 less cars.
Well, it's working to keep cars off the road. Everyone's fucking miserable taking the subway and the bus.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're miserable on the crimeless trains.
It's just working for the dickheads who didn't want cars.
That's what it's working in the sense that they said it'll be less cars.
Yeah, we have to stop
That's
letting
bad
them
news for everybody.
frame the conversation.
That's right. Good news, it works. No, it doesn't. I can't drive to work. Yeah, the trains feel more crowded. They said there's statistics now that there are less cars. Now, I don't know if they're measuring year to date or just like week to week.
I think what I saw was week to week. I think the MTA posted something. Hang on. And then they adjusted it by like 40,000.
What do you mean?
They had posted like, hey, this is... Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. They wrote, traffic has decreased. 273,000 fewer vehicles entered Manhattan below 60th Street from Monday to Friday last week. And then they corrected it with the updated statistic of 219,000.
Okay. So let's say 200,000. Let's just...
So 200,000 fewer cars entered Manhattan below 60th last week.
Okay, but if you're measuring...
I would love to know how many more entered above 60th and just stayed there.
Oh, yeah, the Uptown...
Because I've read so many articles about just not only Uptown, but like neighborhoods in Brooklyn and Queens that are just losing parking because people are driving there and taking...
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Subway.
Those neighborhoods have to be an absolute mess.
It's got to be the worst.
It would be great if this results in an influx of traffic in Gers Cuntman's neighborhood.
Yeah. I really hope he lives on 70th Street.
That would bring me so much fucking joy.
Enjoy that just fumes everywhere. Idling. And it would be cars just idling outside of his house waiting to get into a parking lot.
Breathe it in.
Enjoy, Gersh. Yeah, they said, and yeah, the trains do feel crowded. It's very annoying that people are doing it. But what other choice do you have? I would prefer, going back to my parking ticket thing, I would encourage people to scratch off their license plates. But then you have these citizen, superheroes that are running around coloring in people's license plates. We were talking about Gers Cuntman is his name?
Gers Cuntman.
Of course it is.
That's very fitting.
It is. Gers Cuntman, we learned about last week. He's one of the top advocates for the Riders Alliance, which are the human beings that are, for whatever reason, pro-toll. That's a thing. They're pro-toll. And The Daily Show went out to see like how people in New York are doing this, and they followed Gersh. Gersh apparently went into a policeman's parking lot. Like, this is where the cops go, bring their cars before they go to work. And Gersh brought his Sharpie to color in the cops' license plates. I mean,
this is a great one. Is this normal wear and tear? And the answer is obviously no. Right. So in a situation like this, regardless of where we are, I mean, we're literally within inches of a police officer.
I mean, I'm nervous right now.
You're nervous.
What? We're in a private cop lot.
Yeah.
And this is okay.
Okay, go ahead. So here's Gers Cuntman. This one is just so defaced. I couldn't resist. I wanted him to get all the tickets he deserves. So I got my paint pen, and we're just going to fill this in for him. And just as a courtesy to the officer, because we're in police parking, I'll also do the New York. The plate cover is illegal.
I mean, can you pause? What a psycho.
Yeah. What do you think prom night was like for Gersh?
Lonely. Yeah. Yeah, I think prom night, his limo looked like that one guy living in the cloud. Nobody around him, just space everywhere that you can see.
Isn't that technically vandalism? You can't just
It's 100% vandalism.
Yeah, people have been arrested for this before.
It's 100% vandalism, and he's doing his selfie thing. This is the opposite of me. Gersh would be so mad if he found out I wasn't putting my quarters in the parking meters. Oh. You got to pay by the app. I'm not even downloading the app, is what I say. Gersh would be like, oh, you're not? Well, I'm going to alert somebody. I'm going to make sure your license plate is colored in. He's got a paint pen, and he's making a video of himself with his phone, coloring in the license plates, because he's like saying that these cops, who, by the way, I would imagine they must get some kind of break on the congestion pricing. Do cops get the MTA benefits, or they don't?
No.
The MTA people do.
Do they? Well, I mean, the cops don't work for the MTA.
Right, I guess so. Yeah. I thought it was all...
No, that's one of the big, things is that public servants, like police, firefighters, teachers...
You mean the people that we were applauding at 6 p.m. every day a couple years ago?
Yeah. None of them get any benefits, which is fucking wild.
So we spent a year clanging pots and pans to talk about how much we love you guys.
7 o'clock.
Now we'd like 9 from each of you.
Yeah. And it'll be 13 soon.
Yeah. Is it going up to 13?
Isn't that like the target price? Yeah, and it's going to be in like 2 years.
Oh. The target price.
But Holcher was like, good news.
Good news.
Cut you guys a deal for the first 2 years.
Discount for now. Once you're used to it, we'll up it. Thanks.
That's what they do.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
Netflix loves doing that.
But at least you get shit from Netflix. Here, it's just like you get to drive to work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also Netflix doesn't tell you, oh, we're going to increase the price again in 2. Like, they're just blatantly saying, like, it's going to go up.
Right.
And plus, at least I know Netflix is. I'm getting Squid Game.
You're getting another Squid Game. Don't forget.
That's right.
Although, I mean,
and they got to pay for the actors to dub it for the idiots.
You know, somebody in this room watched the dub version.
Mike watched the dub version?
No, he didn't.
No.
Mike didn't even watch it.
Why you say it like that?
Yeah.
Because he would have said I watched it.
Well, you know why Mike didn't watch it?
Why?
It's difficult for Mike to read subtitles because of his eye.
Sam.
Okay.
And he's not an idiot that's going to watch it dubbed.
So I'm an avid reder, and I watch Gamora with subtitles.
Oh, okay. Maybe I made that up. Maybe I made that up.
Number
off the
of
top of my
falsehoods
head.
here.
Oh, whoops. I might have jumped to conclusions on that.
Some real liberties.
But the headline was, "You're not an idiot that would watch it dubbed."
Well, fair enough.
All right, let's get back to Gers, who's explaining to this Daily Show correspondent why he's so awesome for coloring in police license plates so that they get busted by the license plate cameras.
Plate cover is illegal.
Right.
You can see it, but if you're a speed camera, which shoots at like this angle at night, these covers are illegal for that reason. I'll probably just pull out my screwdriver and do what I do best. Okay? I just take the illegal cover and I'll just leave that on the front of the car
To show that you're not stealing it.
Yeah, and I don't steal anything, and then we more or less get out of here.
Bye.
This is now the third time I've caught this guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, same cop.
You've been here before.
Oh yeah, actually twice. But the fact that he's scraped it off again means I got to do some more work.
There's such a important part.
Isn't it possible that he just doesn't want paint marker on his license plate?
He's just. I hate this guy so much.
Like it was one of those tinted. This car had a tinted license plate, cover, and he literally carries around a screwdriver. That he went to the car, he screwed off the cover. It's like, and he goes, "Well, I'm doing this because it's illegal." Yeah, but you're not a law enforcement officer, right?
Like I've never seen somebody like just so happy to help, like. The government
Let's call it what it is. The man.
Yeah, like I've never seen someone just so happy to help the man.
And he's probably
get nothing in return.
He's probably the toast of the town amongst his little circle of douchebags.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Whatever neighborhood Gers lives in, the Ring community app must just be buzzing all the time.
I would love nothing more than to come out to my car and see him doing that.
Why is that? Because you want just to make sure you're on the up and up?
Get a selfie?
Oh my God, I'd be like, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably give him like an atomic wedgie.
That's what he deserves.
We should set up a sting.
Oh, yeah. Go into his neighborhood, scratch up your license plate, and just wait. And guess what, buddy? The next thing you know, he's hanging from a telephone pole by his underwear.
That's what he deserves.
He deserves it. We'd have to figure out somewhere. Maybe we can go to like a YMCA or something where there's lockers, so we can drag him in there and shove him in a locker, and then put a master lock right on the front.
He just deserves to be humiliated.
Figure it out, jerk.
I mean, he's just a turd.
He is, and because the annoying part is that as much as he's dedicated his life to, well, this is illegal, so let's take off this license plate cover and let's color in these numbers. If he ever got himself into any trouble, there would be no leniency.
No.
Nobody would be like, "Oh, you've been coloring in license plates for us? Here you go." If anything, it'd be the opposite. The cops would go, "Oh, that's the guy that was coloring in our license plates,
they'd
right?"
be so happy.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if the judge can see you. He may not have time until Monday, though.
You're the guy that defaced my license plate.
Oh, paint marker guy, right? Like they're frisking him, before he goes into the holding cell. Oh, paint marker, huh? Oh, is that you? Are you the guy?
Screwdriver, that's a weapon.
Oh, yeah. No, there's an empty cell over here, and there's this one with all the people that we arrested in the subway. Subway's safe, though, right, Gers? We'll put you in the one with all the subway criminals. Yeah, you weren't going to threaten me with this marker, were you? This could be very dangerous. We might need to put you in a high security area.
Being a pest.
Yeah.
In ways to actually get shit done and to get people to respond to you, you have to be annoying.
Well, a bit of an asshole, yeah.
And this is the third time you've got this car.
Third time.
And you're being annoying to it.
He is. That's good. That's a good way to phrase it.
He sucks.
That's a good way to phrase it. Yeah, I mean, he just wakes up in the morning and he's like, "How can I just keep being a dickhead?" Like, what are some unlikable things that I could do today?
All right, I'm going to wake up, shower, and then just go be a complete asshole to total strangers.
I was just thinking, like, I think there are ways I could get people to hate me. I'll do that. It's ridiculous.
How is there not backlash to this guy?
Well, there is. I mean, people hate him.
Yeah, but like, how has it not resulted in some sort of
atomic wedgie situation?
Yeah, physical altercation.
I see what you're saying. You know, it'd be great if we saw him, right, and then real quick, like, you got his attention, and then I got on all fours behind him.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And then you shoved him, like, lightly, but then he fell over me.
And then we just pointed and laughed.
That's what we do.
You stupid dumb shit.
There was a person on all fours behind you. You stupid idiot.
We hate you.
It's just straight up elementary school, tying your shoelaces together, trip you. Yeah.
It would be funny if it was like me and Mike, you know what I mean? So we go over and we're like, hey buddy, and like while he's standing there, we just forcefully reach our hand down his pants and pull his underwear up over his head. Because there's nothing he can do. He's a pussy.
You think so?
Of course.
Oh.
I would like to pants him in front of an elementary school so he gets charged as a sex offender.
That's a great idea.
I feel like that might have been...
Very Nathan Fielder.
You took it a little too far there. But, you know, it would teach him a lesson.
It would.
And you have to go to extreme lengths sometimes.
Get him off the streets for a while.
And get him off the... He's a menace. He's a total menace. It is... Very Nathan Fielder. Andy in South Carolina.
Hey, how's it going, you guys?
Good.
First off, I just want to say I don't think Troy and I have ever been more aligned on a topic than when it comes to fucking Gers Cuntman.
So you're down for the whether it's a pantsing, a wedgie situation, something like that.
Some sort of tar and feathering. I mean, he loves roads so much.
You know what would be great? You know what would be great if you found Gers and you went up to him and said, hey, Gers, you know, I really love what you're doing. You know, I love that you're watching out for the city and everything. This is great. And he'd go, oh, thank you. And then I go, Gers, you're like a really smart guy, it seems like. Like, you really have your shit together. And he goes, yeah, I think I am. And then I go, well, Gers, you know, you could put this to the test better than anybody. You know, they say that if your hand is bigger than your face, you're a genius. Could you test that out? And then you smash his own hand right into his face. That's a good one.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But the reason I called was, so last week I found that Gers wrote a hit off-Broadway musical about traffic.
That's right.
This week I have discovered that Gers seems to be the primary member, songwriter, and performer for a Brooklyn-based folk rock band that mostly seems to write songs about bike lanes and traffic called Jimmy and the Jaywalkers.
What is it with this?
19, they have 19 listeners.
Wow, 19, that's actually pretty good numbers. What is it about the road for this guy? What is it about? I mean, why is this the obsession?
The other thing that really seems to piss me off is that he seems obsessed with traffic getting into Manhattan. This motherfucker lives in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Stay in Brooklyn.
All right, thanks,
for sure.
Thank you, Andy. That's him.
That's him.
That's him in his younger days when he was just thinking about all the...
the album's called Criminal Mischief.
Oh. And it's a picture of him coloring in license plates. I mean, this is his whole life.
He's obviously on some sort of spectrum.
Yeah, the douchebag spectrum.
He looks like Howard Stern at NBC.
He does. No, Howard, that's not how we say the letters here. This is WNBC.
NBC.
Colin in Baltimore.
Hey, what's up, guys? Love the new show. Congrats on all the success so far. But anyway, I had to shoot a conference for one of these fucking guys at Gers Cuntman. And I do video, so I was at the conference, and there was like 100 of these guys who were just so passionate about tolling and all this kind of, road bullshit. But anyway, after the conference was over, I'm thinking, these guys just need to get fucking laid, man. Like, they're just, like, not even, like, personable, and, like, they're just so awkward. But they would, like, stay after, and they would talk to each other about tolling and get excited about it. I was just like, I want to go home. I'm here for 4 hours videotaping you guys.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Anyway,
Thank you, Colin. It's weird. It's so crazy stuff like that like people whose job it is are bored of it. Like if it's your job, you're like, I don't know how I got stuck here, but this is what I'm doing. And then there are the Gershes of the world that's like, no, this is a hobby for me. This is my passion.
This is why I'm put on this earth.
Yeah, to color in license plates. We probably could have done without you. Gabe in Texas.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I think it would be great while you're getting revenge on this guy that Troy, as he's giving the atomic wedgie, just completely shits his pants.
Do you think Troy shits his pants or Gers shits the pants?
No, Troy does. Troy shits his pants, like when he's trying to beat up a bully in high school.
Yeah, no, I think it could be the right look. Like, and then Gers has to explain that I just got atomic wedgie by a guy who was shitting his pants. I mean,
right. That's it.
That is a good move. Thank you, Gabe. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. You know, if you really want to send the message, sometimes you have to be like, "That's how serious I am."
I'll make sure if I give him an atomic wedgie, I try to keep my sphincter sealed.
But
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you'll try, but that's about as much as you can do.
That's right.
Did you know that there's a group of civilians that hand out noise complaints to bars? Mike, you know about this?
No.
Yeah, because 311, I think, made something where if you call a place in...
it's 311.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They said, you know, because they were thinking that's what you call when you're down.
I remember when the Adams administration hired them.
That's right.
It was a controversial move, but it's worked out quite well.
Yes.
Yeah, you get like a if the cops show up and are able to issue an actual citation, I think you get a little cut.
You do get a cut.
Oh, so are they trying to...
The self-appointed noise police can make between 25 and 50% of the fines against businesses that are accused of outdoor sound systems that violate noise pollution regulations.
Are we, like, financially rewarding narcs? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Yes. The most prolific citizen ticket writer from Queens has issued 500 noise complaints totaling more than $600,000. He would not reveal his reported windfall from the complaints.
But let's say it's 25% even.
He said he makes a living issuing the complaints.
What a dick.
No. He describes himself as an advocate for New Yorkers who are fed up with noise pollution.
Who moves to New York thinking, you know what I'd like? A nice quiet place with clean air. Let's try New York City.
It's just not the way it is.
Yeah, it's not what this city is. I mean, there are many other cities where it's very, very quiet. The air is very clean. It's not overcrowded with cars and stuff. Many cities. Go to one of those. The whole point of New York City is it's the city that never sleeps. Why would you have quiet hours in the city that never sleeps?
The owner of the Mercury Bar in Hell's Kitchen told the Post that he faces $33,000 in fines from 7 summonses from civilian enforcer Eric Eisenberg.
Eric Eisenberg doesn't realize that maybe hurting local businesses is much worse for your neighborhood than the noise that the local business makes.
Eric Eisenberg claims that a television outside the seating area of the Mercury Bar was blaring sound when he wrote in the summonses submitted to the DEP last August and September.
What time, though?
How loud is a television?
Eisenberg says he didn't approach the owner about the loud TV because he's often been rebuffed by businesses when he complains.
Yeah, because he's a turd.
Yeah. Yeah, like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll turn it down. Sure.
Imagine being like, oh, I need a new apartment. Oh, there's an apartment available above the Mercury Bar. And then you move in, and then all of a sudden you're complaining that they're too loud downstairs.
I can't believe how loud it is. I thought the Mercury Bar would close around 5:30 p.m.
It's like, well, why'd you move in there then,
right.
Stupid?
Hey, idiot. It's like, I hate hearing the sound of a bell. Well, then don't move in above a bodega where the bell rings every time a door opens.
The obscure ordinance that deputizes civilians, we got to stop deputizing civilians.
Civilians don't need to be deputized.
Has caused legal confusion over its language, which states that businesses are prohibited from playing amplified music, quote, for advertising purposes or to attract attention. So then you can just like be like, oh, you're trying to get people into your bar with this loud TV.
Yeah, we got TV.
Here's a summons.
How loud can the TV possibly be?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like it's not a movie theater. It's a television. So he probably made about $150K making noise complaints?
Yeah, hang on now. I'm also getting word. There's another law.
What?
New York's anti-idling law turns into a huge payday for citizens who report. That's all. The government is just like, hey, who wants the narc?
Yeah, we got to give these idiots something to do.
Some so-called idle warriors are making huge amounts of money reporting commercial vehicles left running without a driver under the rules of a 2019 New York City law.
Oh my gosh. We got one. John in New Jersey?
Hey, what's going on, boys? Good morning.
Up?
Yeah. So I work for a construction company in the city, and we get tickets like 3 or 4 a week, particularly in Manhattan, from narcs who walk around our vehicles and take videos. I believe it has to idle for 3 minutes, and then they send it in, and I think they get $80 a pop.
I mean,
if convicted.
Yeah.
Isn't it just like encourage? Like, there's going to be so many annoying false reports, times that they were wrong, and just having to deal with people.
Well, you have to send in video. So here's how it works. Find a commercial vehicle that's idling. If it's in a school zone, record it idling for 1 minute. If it's not in a school zone, record it for 3 minutes. Then you upload the footage to the city's Department of Environmental Protection, along with a sworn affidavit saying that you're a total loser.
Yeah, you're a dick, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll sign. Yeah.
The vehicle owner can be fined $250 or more, and the citizen that uploaded it gets $87.50 or a quarter of each fine.
I mean, there's no semblance of thought of, if I'm being disruptive to businesses, whether it be construction or whatever, it's going to be bad for the neighborhood because people aren't going to want to have businesses here because there are these people trying to run around getting everybody tickets so that they can make $80.
I mean, for some, it's a full-time job.
I have these guys, they're like hanging out behind the tailpipe of a dump truck, which is not the safest place to be.
Right.
Just waiting.
And everybody's just trying to do their jobs. Like, I'm just...
Probably have lots of 55-second videos. And fuck!
Yeah. Thank you, John.
And keep moving.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would idle for 50 seconds at a time and go like, oh, you get me, just inch forward. Time to start again. My phone's running out of battery.
The guy who's made the most money off doing this has made $125,000.
Good for him.
It's disgusting.
Good for him. Over the course of how long?
Doesn't say.
Man, people are just quick to try to narc people out.
Yeah, just to get a buck. Just to get it.
I mean, if it equals a full-time gig, like...
Yeah, but dude, you're going to get your fucking ass kicked one of these days.
Or at least get shoved in some kind of locker, or like, imagine getting to like kind of dump one of these guys into a dumpster.
Oh,
would that feel good?
It feels so good.
Yeah. Or even just shove them into, on garbage day, shoving them into one of those piles of garbage bags.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome because one of them is going to break. He's going to get garbage juice on him. Maybe a rat will run across his foot and he'll freak out. It'll be great.
I hope there's the anti-this, where there's people trying to get those guys.
We should get Jim McClure to give us some money and set up a fund where if we can get video of people trying to get videos, we'll give $80 to people narking on the narcs. If we can figure out a way to get 80.
I have less of a problem with the idle law because they're going after like commercial vehicles. Like UPS builds this into their budget. They know they're going to get parking tickets.
But it's just annoying.
It is annoying.
I don't mind when a traffic cop does it.
But like the guy that's driving the UPS truck
doesn't get affected. Doesn't care.
No, it just
I don't even mind the ticket going out. I don't like citizen vigilantes, like citizen traffic cops. I don't like that.
I just have less of a problem with this guy or these guys than I do with Gers. Because Gers is targeting
Gers is a piece of shit.
He's targeting people.
He's the king.
And he's not getting any payment out of it.
No.
At least like you report an Amazon truck that's idling, you're going to get yourself a cool $87.50.
Right.
By yourself,
But still, though, you're a narc.
You are a narc. And Travis is kind of a narc. So that's why I think...
I'm a little bit of a dweeb.
I think that's why he's kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What do you mean?
I keep my mouth shut, bro.
Yeah, same.
You got to.
Because that shit's going to come back to you.
Yep.
Because people are going to catch you slipping. And be like,
and don't let me, Travis, don't let me catch you slipping, dude.
I stay up.
Don't let me catch you slipping, because the minute you're slipping, I'm telling everyone.
I'm just saying, if I can get $87 and like stick it to Amazon, I'm fine with that.
Why are you trying to stick it to Amazon?
Because
they give you they're literally delivering stuff at 4 o'clock in the morning now. Have you seen this?
I know it rules, yeah.
It's crazy.
Delivery between 2 and 4 a.m.
It's crazy. I'm going I guess I need this, I need a USB cable by Thursday. They're like, how about tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning?
How about you wake up and it's at your doorstep?
Yeah.
I know it rules.
And I'm like, a big part of me is like, I want to tell the drivers, like, you don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to bring me this USB cable. Well, also, I am paying for Prime, so if it's offered, I'm going to take it.
And they have to be up anyway.
Right, they're going to other houses.
Other people aren't thinking the way you are.
Right. I mean, if you're delivering, I'll take it. It'd be nice to have it when I first wake up.
Plus, Amazon lets me keep so many things that I try to return.
Right.
That's the best.
Keep it.
When it's like start a return, and they're like,
whatever,
keep it.
dude.
We'll send you your money back.
We don't care. We're making hand over fist right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so if I can get $87 because a car's idling.
It is crazy, though, when
Amazon doesn't care.
When the Ring doorbell, alarm goes off, going like there's somebody walking around outside your front door at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's an Amazon delivery.
Oh, it's my HDMI cable.
Yeah. It's the HDMI cable I ordered because I thought I might get a new TV, but I don't think I am anymore.
Oh, it's the pants I needed.
Yeah.
I'll just return those.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot the iPad case.
Now I have it for when I wake up.
Right. Yeah. Probably won't use it until after work, but whatever.
I like that better because that's employing people that are actually driving around in their cars.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you trying to get Amazon? You said
the people driving around in their cars aren't driving commercial vehicles.
You said stick it to Amazon a little bit, and I'm like, they're literally dropping off your iPad case at 4 o'clock in the morning.
They're gonna be fine.
They're doing you a solid. And you're trying to stick it to them.
They're going to run the world. They're doing fine.
I think Travis has more Gers Cuntman in him than
no, because I don't want to go after individual people. I don't have a problem sticking it to a big corporation. I'm not going after an individual person and defacing their property.
Amazon has your back, dude.
The big corporations did take the small mom and pop shops. So you could be pissed about that.
Yeah,
that wasn't cool actually when they did that. I was pissed about that.
But the small mom and pop shops aren't delivering at 4 o'clock in the morning your USB cable, so
that's true. And I've never heard anybody say ma and pa shops.
No, me neither.
I've heard mom and pop shops, but I've never heard ma and pa shops.
You don't know that? Oh, that's a Pennsylvania thing.
I get that. I get that.
You can get that down at the ma and pa shop.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those little ma and pa video rental stores. Who runs it? Ma and pa do.
It's ma and pa.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, it's crazy the way, but then you can't even, it's impossible to feel bad for Blockbuster for what Netflix did when you really understand how bad Blockbuster got all those video rental stores. Yeah. It'd be crazy. Blockbuster would literally open up, they would research in a town, what's the most popular video rental store? And then they'd open up, in the same shopping center. Mm-hmm. And go, oh, okay, this is a great place. By the way, we'll do it for cheaper, and we have 100 copies of the new release because we made a deal with the studio.
So they deserve what happened to them.
Blockbuster does. Yeah. And also Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix.
Yep.
And they were like, I don't see the future here. People like DVDs. Yeah. Chuck in Boston?
I got a prediction.
Hit me.
Look up the definition of optimize idle. You could set the parameters of your truck to start and stop. So let's say an Amazon van, listen, this is what's going to happen. An Amazon van pulls up to your building and sets the optimize idle. It shuts down, and 45 seconds later it idles for 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Then it shuts down again for 45 seconds, and it idles for 45 seconds. There's no way they're going to get them for a minute.
So it goes on and off like that?
Yeah, you can set the parameters of, look up optimized idle. You can set the parameters for the truck, the vehicle to stop and start, whatever you have it programmed to do. So Amazon's probably going to have optimized idle in their vans to shut down after 45 seconds, start and idle for 45 seconds, shut down for 45 seconds, idle for 45 seconds, and it's just going to keep repeating the process.
I love it. Thank you,
That's
Chuck.
how they're going to beat it.
Yeah,
they're going to invest the money. They're going to invest the money in the optimized idle to avoid paying the fines, and it's going to pay for themselves.
If you say optimize idle one more time, I'm going to jump out the window.
Optimized idle.
Thank you, buddy.
Chuck is long-winded.
Well, you put him through.
That's true. Yeah, you're screening.
Oh, he calls all the time, so I don't want to tell him not to.
It's so funny the call screener being the first one to complain about the calls.
All right, well, that's it. You know what, Chuck? You're done.
No,
that's not how you screen calls. It's not 100% or 0%.
Well, so when Chuck calls again, should I be like, Chuck, no long-winded conversation?
Yeah.
Troy is a walking SNL skit called the emotional call screener. Like, he can't handle call screening because he's too emotional.
I love, though, that you're right. He was the first one to complain.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's like, this fucking guy on the phone.
This caller sucks, huh? Yeah.
Well, it's like when
I wish there was somebody that would let me know.
When I pick up the phone, it's the same bullshit.
Yeah, and then you're like,
Chuck's a nice guy.
He's a great guy, but I'm like, hey.
It's the same bullshit. I'm going to let Sam deal with
I'm
this.
just going to pass it on.
Well, you're better at dealing with this than I am.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm just, maybe we should switch. You be the host. I'll be the phone screener.
You're a better host.
Just screen the calls.
I am screening the calls.
You're not
with
screening
Chuck's
the calls.
name not
if
up.
you were screening the calls, then I can see one call right now that shouldn't be up there because it adds absolutely nothing.
Okay, you're right. Let's get rid of that guy. I thought so too, but I give Sam the option.
No, that's
I did look at that call and go, I would never go to that call.
That's when you say, all right, thanks, buddy, and you just hang up.
So, okay. So what do you, when Chuck calls next time, I'm going to say, Chuck, no long-winded conversations.
Yeah, be like, and keep it brief, bud.
Think about what you want to say.
I mean, we don't have to say it now because Chuck's hearing this whole conversation.
Probably kind of fucking him up a little bit. Did I kill the show?
No, Chuck's a great guy. But when he calls, he's like, hey, Chuck from Boston, tell the guys that... And I'm like, Chuck, what the hell are you trying to say?
Because he's the emotional call screener.
He really is an emotional call screener.
I'm Troy Kwan, the emotional call screener.
Chuck actually called in with some good information. I didn't know about Optimized Idle.
It added to the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why are you mad at me?
Because, first of all, nobody's mad at you because none of us are emotional like you. Okay? We're not like a whole bunch of chicks.
Are you calling him a chick?
Are you saying I have a vagina?
Anyway.
What is a woman?
It's not so clear. Anyway. What I am saying is, I know that back in the day, there was one of the all-time great call screeners that ended up being promoted, within the system, and is still here working. Who would say, and I know what he would have said, because as an intern, he even gave me tips to screen calls, and he would have said, okay, Chuck, good call. Could you keep that concise? Okay, Chuck, good call. Just make it brief when you tell the guys. He would have said something like that.
That sounds like a good thing to say, yeah.
Do you think that that's probably what somebody would have said?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you just said it to Chuck. So, Chuck, I hope you're listening.
You're like, now I'm never going to let him on again.
It's not.
I mean, do you guys not want him on again? I'll not let him through.
I want a call screener where if you blow into one ear, the air doesn't hit you in the face from the other ear.
That's not nice.
No, I know. I shouldn't have said it. I regret it. No, I'm just saying, it wasn't necessarily just about Chuck. I don't want Chuck to feel victimized here. But it's more just like, oh, right, I could, if anyone, Chuck from Boston or not Chuck from Boston, were to call in, I could, go, oh, okay, let me just, give them the heads up, like, oh, yeah, just keep it concise. You could say that. You don't have to. I'm not going to tell you to do your job.
Okay, noted.
And also, like, when a call goes bad and we go, oh, I wonder where the call screener was at on this one. Maybe you don't have to pout every time.
I don't feel like I'm pouting.
Oh,
or
really?
lead the charge.
Oh, really? You don't feel like it's pouting to go like this? Okay, well, now I know.
Well,
or to immediately be like, all right, he'll never get through again.
You don't think that's pouting?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong. You know what? On this one, I'll take the L. I'm clearly wrong.
I'll tell you how to do your job.
No, you don't. Probably don't need to, but...
There's a call coming in.
Oh, yeah, let me get that call.
All right, I'll grab this one while you're grabbing that one. Ryan in... Oh, boy. Oh, geez, he picked up the wrong thing. He lost one already that was ringing. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
I called about one thing, but I have good stuff on the idling, but I don't want to get Troy in trouble for screening the call wrong.
Okay, no, now everybody's going to be... because people like Troy, so I feel like everybody's going to be kind of either looking to sabotage Troy or kind of looking out for Troy? It's okay. Troy's doing fine.
Okay. So yeah, I work for a plumbing company, and we get a ton of these idling tickets also. And my job in the company is to represent us in court. And basically, all the judges take that signed affidavit from just anybody, like whoever records those videos on the street, and that is their proof. Even if the video, I've argued many times in court, like, hey, that video, like, you can't show me. There's no exhaust coming out of the pipe. Yeah, you hear an engine running, but it's New York. It could be any car. So the videos are whatever. But if they give that affidavit, that is all they need, and the fines start at $250. At $250.
Oh my gosh!
So it's not just like a parking ticket, and they go up to $1,000.
Ugh.
So it's like it's really bullshit.
Jesus.
And then also, speaking of cunts, there's a legendary video or venue in Brooklyn called St. Vitus. It's mainly like a metal bar. I'm sure Troy has been there. It was beloved. Yeah, it's beloved. It was my favorite venue in the city. And I'm assuming that this one guy just got pissed about the noise, and he found out that the venue didn't have the proper certificate of fitness or certificate of occupancy, and he put in a complaint every single day until DOB went and shut them down, and they are no longer there. Yep. And you can see in the DOB's records, he says, I will put this complaint in every single day until you send inspectors down to shut this place. And I want that guy dead.
Okay. Okay, I can see where you feel that way. Thank you, Ryan.
Later, guys.
You know how many amazing shows I've seen?
But yeah, that's literally what happened. Like, some neighbor with an axe to grind just kept making complaints until they shut down one of the most popular small independent venues in the city.
Ugh.
And one of the best.
Yeah.
Did it put you in a good mood talking about the metal bar?
No, because it's gone.
Yeah, now he's even more sad.
I saw a Dead Guy play there twice, Dillinger, Better Lovers. I mean, the list goes on and on.
That's where Nirvana played after the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah,
when
with who on vocals?
It was a couple people, because they had a bunch of female.
That's right.
Vocalists, but they did a whole Nirvana set after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Right. If you're sad about that, I won't bring up my thing then.
Bring up what thing?
What thing?
I don't want to say anymore.
What thing?
What now? Okay, what did I spell wrong?
It's happened every time.
Like Billy?
Like a false. You looking?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. No, we're fine.
We're fine. We don't have to say it.
He hasn't found it.
I mean, what's the?
Dude, I don't
understand what the need for this is.
I just wonder if anybody gets punished for making claims about false idols.
Oh, stop it! You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm trying to be less negative in the new year.
I appreciate that. Somebody else isn't trying too hard.
Somebody else is kind of taking on my responsibility.
He really has.
Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody else has realized as an adult that idol and idol are two different words.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Move on. Take the call or don't.
You know who gives a shit? Merriam-Webster gives a shit.
What are you, Merriam-Webster?
No, I'm just a person with a brain that goes, who thinks the car's...
but you still understand what I'm trying to say.
Who thinks the car's idol?
You don't have to point out every time Troy misspells
You're right, but I just wonder if you ever watched that HBO show. And
he misspells crowd in every email, and I don't correct him.
Okay.
C-R-O-U-D?
No, C-R-O-W-E-D.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Crowd.
Spell check doesn't catch it.
It's the word crowed.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a bad... Why are you guys acting like you don't know that I'm a bad speller?
Proper word. I'm just saying I don't tell him oh, you misspelled another word.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just let it fester.
Okay. And then you get angry and explode
I'm glad you clearly just forget it. It's not like it's top of mind, ready to go.
Totally forgotten.
Do you think he did, though, watch that HBO show with The Weeknd going, I thought this was going to be about cars.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be about cars not moving. Scott in Virginia.
Hey, there's a lot of stipulations on this DOT idle law. Like if you have a dog in your truck, if you have a dog or an animal, you can idle the truck. But if you have a human being sleeping overnight, you can't idle your truck. It's a lot of stipulations on this law.
You can leave a pet in a car idling?
Yeah, and it's fine. It's got to be a certain degree, below 32 degrees. Like I said, there's a lot of stipulations. It's not just New York, it's Pennsylvania. It's all ran by the FMCS DOT regulations on these idle laws.
And does that count on the side of the highway and everything too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When we're shut down for 10 hours, we got to sleep.
Yeah.
And a lot of trucking companies now don't use the opt idle. We have APUs on the side, which is like a generator that creates the heat.
Wow.
And cold. Because you can't do it in the hotness either.
Sure.
When it's hot out.
Sure, of course.
You know.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, thank you, Scott.
All right. Peace.
Later. I'm sorry that got so hot, Troy.
No, you're not. You're happy about that. You're a mean person.
You think so?
And you like starting shit.
I mean, I'm not starting it.
Of course you do. You didn't have to point that out. You knew what the caller was saying.
Yeah, because I use my own instincts, though. I couldn't use my guy on that one. And you did. You were the first to complain about the caller, even though you were the call screener.
With Chuck.
Like, so long-winded. If only someone would tell him.
All right. That's it. I'm telling Chuck. I mean...
I think he knows now.
I mean,
you may have scared him away from ever calling again.
Please, Chuck, call back. You're
Chuck,
very
you can
valuable.
Call anytime, but just let this be a note. Keep it short.
Yeah.
A public note.
Yeah. Because the screener wasn't able to quietly tell you in a non-public way.
Okay. Well, we got there.
Big deal, right?
We got there.
So who cares? Big deal.
Chuck's fine. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll be all right. All right, let's take a break. Oh, what a show! What a show! By the way, I mean, if you thought the tension was big in here, the tension yesterday at the House Oversight Committee meeting. Did we see people almost breaking down into fisticuffs yesterday?
Yeah, it was fun.
These two ladies almost got into a fight. Oh, looked like Troy in the cubicle area of Sirius XM. We'll talk about all that. We got a lot to talk about. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We are back with Sam Roberts.
But there was a moment where these people who I had never heard of until yesterday, but now, I want to see this fight. Representative Nancy Grace.
No.
Mace. Is that right, Mace?
Yeah.
I wish it was Nancy Grace. She'd win the fight. I mean, she's not the nicest person in the world, but I have faith that she'd win a fight. Representative Nancy Mace. Like from Bad Boy Records. And yes, she's related. And
a $E.
That's right. Right. Well, her whole campaign was that she was going to go to Washington and she would not stop until she saw her name on a blimp.
Yeah, but then she's got mo money, mo problems.
She does. And people worry that she was a different person than when she had started. And she informed them that nothing had changed other than her limp. That was the only thing that had changed. But so Representative Nancy Mace and Representative Jasmine Crockett, yes, they were arguing with each other, and it devolved very, very quickly. I don't even really know what the argument was about, but I just like the de-evolution of it.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now, so she gonna keep saying trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order. Okay, well, I'm sure. Point of order.
She slammed that microphone down after.
Oh,
she was
yeah.
done.
Nancy Mace was ready to go. She was ready to go. If you want to take it outside, we'll take it outside. She's like, I'm assuming you're literally calling me a child. And I want you to know, because at one point she said she's 47 years old.
Nancy Mace?
Nancy Mace.
Okay.
She's aggressive. Did you hear her? I'm 47 years old. I'm not a child. If you want to take this outside, we can take it outside. How about that?
She's frisky.
She is. She's ready to, there was...
I mean, she doesn't want to be called a child.
Which it wasn't like you're a child. She was a child. Like it was like,
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
It's not so disrespectful as an elected official that you need to start a fight in the parking lot.
I don't think I would want another elected official to call me child.
Child, you can count on this, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
I say let's do it.
I want to see the fight.
Of course.
Oh, wouldn't you? I mean, and Representative Mace.
I believe that belongs to Mr. Mace. Yeah, she didn't take any shit.
And she has like big dangly cross earrings. All I could think about is, like when people take off their earrings very aggressively.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the only reason I'm taking these off is because it's time to throw down. I liked it. I liked how quick she was to, fight.
Me too.
South Carolina.
Just raise up.
Yep. South Kakalaki.
That's right. Oh, she's married to 50 Cent?
Yep.
Curtis, it says,
yeah.
It says she's married to Curtis Jackson.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Well, good for her, man. I didn't even know 50 Cent was married.
Now I get it.
Wow. Well, I think this Jasmine Crockett better watch her step. Yeah, and I read Nancy Mace challenges Dem rival to a fight on the House floor. Well, no. That headline is a little misleading. The challenge was made on the House floor, but the fight would take place outside. They were not going to fight on the House floor.
No,
they wouldn't do that.
Listen, I'm surprised you're defending this woman calling somebody else a child.
Well, I'm not defending. It's just it's like more of like a child, like you know what I mean? Like it's not like you're a child. Hey, listen, kid.
It's disrespectful.
I'm not saying it's not disrespectful. You're saying that as an elected official, you'd be like, "Wow, it's time to fight."
No.
Well, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that the reaction was
like,
warranted.
That's the point. She very quickly went from, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm an adult, and you're going to prove I'm an adult. I fight like an adult.
I mean that,
and I will fuck you up.
That's extreme.
Like they voted for her. They voted for both these people. I don't think it's appropriate for somebody to go like call her child and kind of speak down. I don't think you need to speak condescendingly to anybody once you're in whatever this is, the House of Representatives. You shouldn't be speaking. Neither of these two people, as elected officials, I think are doing the greatest job in the world of representing their people. But
Jasmine covers Dallas.
Okay. Well, you got to let D-Town know that you throw down. I think the fact that both of them right now, to me, look as though they're not defending their people great. I will tell you this. I feel like Representative Mace, if I only could have one representative, it would probably be Mace.
Of course it would.
The one who's ready to fight.
Yeah.
Like, how about this? You either agree with me or we fight in the parking lot and the winner gets their way.
I think it's a new era. I think this is the direction we go.
Fighting?
Well, with
or
them,
at least threatening.
With them, when there's an issue, it's like, okay, let's go see who's the stronger woman.
Fine.
Is.
Okay. All right. Representative Mace, I don't think your conduct is appropriate. Okay, fight me. Okay, fine. Fight me in the parking lot. We'll see what's appropriate. Oh, and she's got military background?
Oh, she was the first woman to graduate from the Citadel.
Okay, I dare you.
Yeah.
You're probably kick ass.
Oh my God.
Disrespect me and see what happens in the parking lot. That's why she said she broke more glass ceilings.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, she knows some stuff.
Oh yeah, she probably knows like Taekwondo and stuff like that.
Oh, I just meant like secrets.
Well, that's not going to help you in a fight.
No, but I'm saying like
if you hit me any harder, I'm going to tell the secrets.
No, what I mean is like she could probably have Jasmine taken care of.
She probably could, but I think
cement shoes.
Yeah,
cement shoes.
Like cement shoes.
You're telling me there's a possibility that she swims with the fishes? But I think that she would enjoy solving the problem herself.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
No, I like a fighting spirit. I like that she's like, cool. You want to be disrespectful to me?
Okay.
Especially with women.
Right. I know where you're parked.
I know where you live.
Right. Like I want one of these two to say, okay, let's take a lunch. We'll go outside. I'll give you the first shot for free. Want to do that? Should we solve it that way?
And just make that first shot count.
Make it count.
Because you ain't getting another.
Because it's going to be your only one. Because there's going to be 2 shots that follow that. One to your face and one with you hitting the floor. Make it count. The representative submits their time. Yeah, and then I read, I don't know if this is true, because I just read it. I didn't see any actual video evidence of this, and we have to be skeptical. But, they were like, I guess some people were saying, Well, there should be. This is a bad thing. The person who's in charge of this has to determine whether order was really served, because this is a threat. This could be taken as a threat of violence. You can't be threatening violence in the house. You can't do that. And then I guess whoever is in charge, maybe I don't know if it's Speaker of the House, somebody, whoever's in charge of the rules, said that they didn't deem it a true threat because it was posed as a question.
Okay.
That's what I read. That because she said, you want to take, if you want to take this outside, like it's kind of posed as a question, it was right on the line, so it's not a threat, so we're all good. I think realistically, they know if they punish Mace for this, not only is the other representative in trouble, but then they're in trouble too. You know, and I'll come find your ass when I'm done. It was great.
It's tense.
I love that, though. I love that. It made it interesting for me. Like, okay, you want to take it outside? What? No, I thought we were like elected officials. I don't want to take it outside. Exactly. And shut up. All right. Sorry. I didn't realize. It's a real highlight. Yeah, and then I saw that there's a new conspiracy theory going on, which is I'm reminded of with her training at the Citadel. Were you guys in the talented and gifted program in school?
No.
How about you? Wow. How about you, Mike?
You're not going to let everyone answer?
Hey.
Okay, sorry, Mike.
No, I'm one of those high school kids who had multiple lunch periods because they just didn't go to their other classes.
That's the move.
School was really just time before football practice.
Yep.
Troy, were you in the talented and gifted program?
Why are you saying it like that?
Bro.
What?
I got expelled for macing somebody, and then
that's what they call it now because of Representative Mace. Means you met him in the parking lot,
and I had to go to Votech. So
Votech is where all the cool kids went. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
If you went to Votech, you knew how to change an engine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you were graduating at 20.
That's right.
Oh yeah, like everybody in
is there
sophomore year high
Votech outside of New Jersey, Pennsylvania?
I'm sure.
Well, there's versions of it. We had BOCES in New York.
What's BOCES?
It's Votech.
Okay.
I mean, it's just what they call it.
All right.
Yeah, some of the guys on my bus, they were juniors in high school. They had full beards.
Yeah. Kids.
They could buy beer.
I mean, there was a distinct type of person who went to Votech in New Jersey.
And
they were cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
They're always
awesome.
cool.
And it was Allentown, so it was like it was like people from the ghetto and then rednecks.
That's awesome. And then everybody comes together.
It did come together.
That's awesome.
But you had Bocephus instead?
We had, well, they said it was called BOCES, but then the school itself would say, "Please call me Bocephus." Okay, Bocephus. No, but I think the talented and gifted programs are in 4th and 5th grade.
No, we had high school and middle school gifted and talented.
I think, but this story is, I mean, when they take you out of your class.
Oh, yeah.
In 4th and 5th grade.
This is like a Stranger Things type thing.
Well, I mean, they've had these programs. Here, the funniest thing about, when I was going to school, the talented and gifted program, every single person that went into that program is a disaster. All of them. They all were disasters by the time they got to high school. If you were a drug dealer, if you were whatever, all of them were just complete wrecks. But now there's a conspiracy theory running around that the talented and gifted program in schools is to train young children to be CIA operatives. Is that what we're...
It was to test supernatural abilities of children with above average intelligence.
It's just so funny. The Daily Mail will write an article about absolutely anything. If they think it'll get a click, they will write an article about absolutely anything.
Did you read the article?
No, I watched the TikTok. First of all, it's an article based on a TikTok.
Yeah, those are the best articles.
Of course. Based on a true TikTok.
Yeah.
This news article. And then people who have no business being on TikTok just read the headline and the first paragraph of the article, which is fine because the first paragraph of the article is then copy and pasted 7 more times.
Yeah.
But then they go oh, this is a real thing, not just some weirdo on TikTok that presented poor evidence.
Okay.
But the evidence that this young lady presented on her account was like it's such an intriguing, fun thing. It's a fun headline that the public school talented and gifted programs are actually a CIA gateway program.
I mean, the CIA's done some fucked up shit.
Okay, but these correlations that you're making are so loose. Like
I'm saying, any department
right
that can do MK Ultra
could also
just like do this type of shit.
It is amazing when it was like MK Ultra. Oh no, that was real.
They're like no, we did that.
Unsealed that actually. That 100% happened. Yeah, no.
Most of the documents? No, we burned those.
We burned those. Yeah. No, that's all true.
But it happened.
But unfortunately, and so because of that, right? Because it's possible, and because then you go, it's always because at least in my schools growing up, it was like the talented and gifted kids will go to regular class, and then at whatever 10 o'clock in the morning, you would get removed from the classroom and go into the talented and gifted classroom.
CIA training,
and it would be like all. Of course, the best kids would go from each class and go into another class, and now you're in the talented and gifted program.
And you were part of the CIA's gateway program.
And that was the CIA's gateway program.
Which is a real thing.
That it's the CIA's gateway program?
No. There is the gateway program. That is an actual thing.
For children?
I don't know if it's for children.
Okay.
But it was, to explore things in humans. Like, they've released a document about it.
That exists. That exists. My problem is that her evidence that she puts on TikTok, to me, feels like she may be adding some kind of importance. The video that I saw was a young lady that was just saying, like, I found this work that I did in the talented and gifted program. And it's just like decoding words. But I mean, it's like just pattern recognition. It's not like CIA level stuff. I think it's the girl you have on the other monitor. Yeah, it's her. But I mean, if this lady has something to say about it, I mean, I'd like to get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Because I was in 1 year of talented and gifted. I didn't get to do 2. I got to do the second year.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah.
I can't say.
You're like, we messed up. This guy's not talented and gifted.
No. They got me. They
couldn't learn Russian.
They were like, you need to learn Russian. And you also need to learn how to do satellites. And I go, I don't understand. They go, you know what?
And you got to stop obsessing about men in tights.
I go, I'll tell you right now. Yeah, but they were talking about the movie Robin Hood. Men in tights.
But it's such a good movie.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, no, but his name is Azim in the movie, but they call him Achu. You see. And they were like, you know what? 1 year is good for this guy.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We did it. We wrapped it up. We're going to get into the serious training next year. Why don't you go back to regular class?
This is the video you saw.
Yeah, so this is this girl going, here's the proof. I was tested to be an operative.
I don't know why you're so dismissive about things. Like, you're laughing
about everything.
He's laughing at it.
Yeah. I mean, so far, I've been dismissive. I've said my stances so far today have been, I don't think there are people living in clouds. Elected officials probably shouldn't challenge other elected officials to fight in the parking lot. And I don't think the talented and gifted program at public schools is a test for the CIA to find.
Could it be possible that some parts were?
To find the next 11?
Yeah.
I think, people like their programs.
Could it be possible that, like, gifted and talented was a thing, and 90% of the class was on the up and up? And then the other 10%, these worksheets or whatever.
Exactly.
Was like, hey.
Exactly.
Well, they got to recruit and groom from somewhere.
But then why would they end the talented and gifted programs all the time now?
Mission complete. Mission accomplished.
You're saying the CIA is full.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, they found a different way to recruit.
Yeah, and they're also not supposed to be doing stuff on U.S. soil anyway.
Right. Okay, so maybe there's talented and gifted programs in other countries.
There could be.
Okay.
Stranger Things Season 4 went to Russia.
No, it's a great point.
Yeah.
They had amazing technology.
Yeah.
Travis is making a lot of sense lately.
Thank you, Troy.
Yeah.
I don't know what this kid's talking about.
Yeah. Don't call me kid. I'll fight you in the parking lot.
Child. You said it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Call me kid again. I'll wreck you.
All right. You want to hear
Yeah.
the proof?
She's got the evidence.
Okay.
Part of the Gifted and Talented program in the 90s, and I just found my binder. The things I found. For starters, they had us doing worksheets in Morse code. Here's one of them. So they gave us at the top with the...
So this is when I knew. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, you learn Morse code.
You learned Morse code?
Yeah, who needs to learn Morse code?
Sure, we did worksheets with Morse code.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
That's a lie.
Okay, cool. You got me.
You did. Bullshit.
You're bullshit.
No, I believe he did because this strengthens our argument.
He doesn't understand.
No, I know. I'm trying to keep... yeah. It was like, you didn't do it. No. If Sam was in the Gifted and Talented program, he hopefully did do this.
He didn't teach this because the special school he had to go to was on a bus away from school. He couldn't function with the other kids.
So you were Gifted and Talented. You learned Morse code, and you never once were like, why am I learning Morse code?
They put Morse code on like placemats in diners.
That's Braille.
You're telling me right now Morse code and Braille aren't the same thing.
They're two completely different things.
So you're saying when you get in the elevator, they're not.
That is not Morse code.
No wonder they let me out after a year.
Who's eating it now?
One is so the blind can read.
Sorry.
The other.
Sorry. Our emotional call screener's taking me seriously. No, I don't.
Sam said.
I don't think doing worksheets about Morse code.
In the 90s?
Yeah, Morse code was around way before the 90s. Do you think Morse code is?
It's outdated. Who needs it in elementary or middle school or high school?
You got walkie-talkies. Boop, 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 boop.
It's not Morse code.
Plus, if it's the 90s, you got those Nokias.
Oh, the walkie-talkies?
Yeah.
The one that Andy Sipowicz did a commercial for?
Did he?
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't grab one. Got to scoop that.
I mean, I think that's weird.
All right. So it's CIA training. All right. So okay. I don't think that's weird. You think that's weird, Troy? Morse code?
It's stupid.
Okay, stupid. CIA or just dumb?
I don't know why they would be teaching this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my point. Mm-hmm. Mike, did you learn Morse code in school?
No.
Like it's a weird thing to learn.
All right. Well. Okay.
Doing worksheets
You
in
skipped
Morse
a lot of classes,
code.
though.
Here's one of them.
I may have missed it.
Yeah.
So they gave us at the top what the Morse code is, and then we had to fill out the rest of the worksheets to make codes and messages and stuff in Morse code. A lot of our worksheets were about different codes. This one is literally called Codes to Crack. So you can see there they gave us 8 letters, and each of the columns.
That's not normal work.
Yes, it is. It's unscrambling a word.
It's cracking codes.
I mean, you literally get this on the inside of Cracker Jack box. Crack the code.
That's for fun to do once while you're eating caramel peanuts.
They did this in A Christmas Story. It wasn't CIA training.
It has that goofy lettering at the top.
I mean, it's bubble lettering. It's not. I mean, the idea
that's
of
80s, 90s lettering.
Yeah, it was for sure. Yeah, these are not. These are dittos.
But that's
although if you were the CIA,
you would do bubble letters.
This is how you would hide things.
That's true.
Yes, that's what
true.
I'm saying. This, it makes sense.
Okay, no, you got it. They got you.
Why are you going in the Gifted and Talented program and just doing pages and pages of code cracking?
Well, so far we've seen 2 pages.
That's a lot of codes to crack. Yeah, I see one. It's just all food.
Because the teacher needs to sit at the desk and put her head down for a while. And she's like, here, crack all these codes and I'll get back with you in 15 minutes. Some teachers...
This is curriculum, though.
...like to put alcohol in their coffee.
Some producers like to do that, too.
I know you do. Travis has we got to address that at some point.
No.
He's got a real problem.
It's bad.
It's getting bad.
It's fine.
Check his Instagram. It's not fine.
There's nothing on my Instagram. It's pictures of my kid excelling at track and field.
Oh, yeah. Once the kid goes to bed, you excelling at the bottle.
Knocking him back.
Oh, yeah, he does.
We're at the age now where I'm going to bed first.
Well, you passing out and her dragging you off the couch into the bedroom is not exactly the same thing.
All right, this is more important.
You're right. No, I'm getting off track.
Yeah.
Codes to crack. Mm-hmm. So you can see there they gave us 8 letters, and each of the columns is a different code.
It's a word
So
scramble.
for this one, there was 8 letters. They gave us the corresponding letters, and then we had to figure out the rest of the alphabet and fill in the rest of the column.
This would
but
teach
there's
nothing
so much
to the
more.
CIA. The CIA would learn nothing from this.
They're looking to find special children.
I bet they could all crack those because they're very easy codes to crack.
Then not you. You had to go back to the regular class after a year.
That's because they just started doing the other stuff that I don't know about. I think they thought because they saw me outside, I was reporting all the cars that were idling, and they were like, "This kid's a snitch. We can't have him in our talented and gifted."
Like, this is weird, man.
No, it isn't.
But there's so much more like this.
There's so much more like this. You hear her?
Yeah.
But there's so much more like this. The stuff I found in there, I'm like, what were you training us for? Exactly. Like, why was I 10 years old speaking Russian?
Explain that.
You know why that was? I think wherever she grew up, they were probably thought we're losing this Cold War. We got to get them ready. Because I don't remember Russian. I don't think that was part of the curriculum.
I, for one, welcome our new Russian overlords.
That's right. It's like when they're like,
why are you learning Russian?
In the schools now, they're like, yeah, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, but let's also teach the kids a little Chinese just in case. I mean, it's
probably smart.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like.
I mean, when I was growing up,
it's not 100% one way or the other.
It was Spanish, like
sure,
because we're close to Mexico.
Sure,
and a
lot of Spanish-speaking people. You're going to interact with them; it can be very good.
But Russian. Why are kids learning Russian?
Don't forget about how popular Tetris was in this era too.
We didn't know it came from Russia.
I mean, that's the most Russian song ever. Bum, 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 bum. It's very Russian. Tetris is extremely Russian.
To a 9-year-old kid?
100%. If you've been talented and gifted, you know what to look for.
You were in it for 1 year. And they kicked you out.
I know, but it was way before the Russian part.
Because you thought every code was McMahon.
Just putting Macho Man, Macho Man, Macho Man, Macho Man.
Excuse me, teacher, I believe this code is oh yeah?
Yeah. Code cracked. Snap into it. All right, we're gonna have to let old Sammy. DC has said it's time to cut bait on old Sammy.
Stuff I found in there, I'm like, what were you training us for?
Good.
Like, why was I 10 years old speaking Russian? It's cool, but I don't actually remember anything except that's my name. So I do remember that. I'll share more as I go through the whole thing, but it's like there's like hundreds of worksheets in there, so like it's gonna take me a minute.
My favorite comment under it.
Oh, sorry.
This is exactly what you guys sound like. And why do so many of us only faintly remember any of it?
Why?
That's weird. As an adult in your late 30s, why do you only sort of remember 4th grade? Really makes you think.
Writing in hieroglyphics?
I don't know about any of that.
Yeah, because you got kicked out.
That's right.
They were like, you were too stupid.
They did the serious stuff when I left.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't think it's weird a little?
No. No, I don't.
Audio tests.
You might be ops.
You think I'm ops?
I think he might be ops.
Do you think I know it? Do you think I've been activated?
I mean, you're like, no, that's not real. That's not true.
Is it possible that I'm a waiting to be activated operative?
Yeah,
I'm asking you, Trey, is it possible?
Of course it's possible.
Okay.
You think he's in a sleeper cell?
I wouldn't be shocked for a second.
No, me neither.
It would explain the 20-year plan for career advancement that I've been credited for. It's part of the operative.
You want another video?
Yeah,
she's got it. More. Yeah,
she's got it. Okay.
Yeah, because assholes like you,
okay,
are just like that didn't happen.
I don't even. That's not what I sounded like.
I got kicked out.
It was more like this. No. The reason that you learn.
All right, Sam Gibson.
Hieroglyphics. No, CIA. No.
It did happen.
I did. Yeah, it did. It did. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah. People go. They go. It's a fairy tale. That didn't really happen, but it did. It did.
And by the way, they do it on kids because they expect them to forget about it.
Okay.
They don't want you to remember.
Oh.
With more of the worksheets. So I went through the comments and I tried to pick out worksheets that were what you guys remembered so I can confirm it for you. First things first, some people wanted to see the astronaut on the front. So this is him. It was about an underwater diving apparatus. One thing I saw
What's the point of that?
What do you mean? I think now they're just fondly remembering.
No, what's the point? Why are you teaching gifted and intelligent kids about an underwater diving apparatus?
I mean, they're in 4th grade. I think it's just to color the picture.
They're in gifted and talented. They're not coloring pictures.
Then why is that picture
in 4th grade?
Why is that picture colored with crayon?
Well, that was probably when teacher had a little too much to drink.
Okay, see, again. See, a lot of the times the explanation is the simplest explanation. Why did we have to do all this mundane work? Well, because teacher wants to put her head down for a little while. That's why. There has to be more to it. No.
Teacher was out late last night.
Yeah. It's like, why when you take a shit break at work, does it last 35 minutes? Did you really have to shit that badly? No. I'm sitting in a stall for 30 of those 35, just waiting for the minutes to tick down.
Yeah, I'm on Reels.
Yeah, exactly. And before there was Reels, it was put your head down because my brain is throbbing right
and
now.
Don't look up.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the astronaut on the front. So this is him. It was about an underwater diving apparatus. One thing I saw somebody say was the voyage of the Mimi. So here's one on episode...
The voyage of the Mimi.
Yeah, I mean...
Episode 8, we had a worksheet for every single episode, and I have all of them, but they're pretty much similar.
You're kidding me. Wait. You'd watch a show and then have to answer questions about it? This...
You're being so condescending.
Is so mysterious. I can't believe it. What was really going on?
You're being real shitty.
Well, you're gullible.
No, I kind of know how Troy feels now, like when you just talk down to him.
Okay.
And you do that a lot.
Okay, well, I kind of know how I feel when I'm talking to Troy now when I'm talking to you, because I'm getting the same vibes. See, even though it's insulting to you, it's kind of funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's happening to someone else.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. At least I'm not in the crosshairs today.
Yeah, it's kind of like, whew. Because first hour was a little tricky for you.
It was rough.
But this is going a lot better.
This is going a lot better.
Yeah.
For learning about whales, and yes, we in fact did. And here is one of the worksheets on that.
Okay, Travis, you think that's mysterious too? That you have to do worksheets about when the whales migrate and stuff like that?
I just don't understand what the point of this curriculum is.
Learning about animals. It's not something that gets done in every school.
Not like that.
Via worksheets?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Not via ditto.
I don't know what school you went to, Travis. Our school was mainly recess based. It was mainly playground oriented.
In high school, I didn't go to many classes. I graduated in summer school.
Yeah, I think that you're like Chainsaw from the film Summer School. Like, I think your schooling experience might be different because you're like, aren't most classes like you cut school and do acid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school was the best.
Right. Because
I'm the guy who went to the bathroom and then came back at the end of the semester.
Here's the pass.
What an underrated movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
A lot of comments about puzzle pictures. Tell me if this is what you guys were thinking. So, like, they cut up the picture and then we had to put it back together correctly.
Okay, look, this is what I'm talking about. This has completely lost the plot.
See if you could piece together evidence. Secret codes.
This has completely lost the plot. It's now just fondly reflecting on work we all did as elementary students. That's all this is.
Which is cool. But remember when is the highest form of conversation.
It's the number one thing to do. But the Daily Mail is like, CIA ops? And it's like, no, she's just showing what was in her Trapper Keeper. Alex in Michigan. What's up, Alex?
Howdy ho. Long time, first time.
My man.
You guys are just unlocking a lot of memories for me of elementary school. Learning like hieroglyphics. I still have a clay tablet that I wrote my name in hieroglyphics.
See, he learned all this stuff. Like, this was literally what was going on.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You're that idiot who's like, I'm never going to need to know this. For a well-rounded education, that's why.
Look how far I've gotten without chemistry.
Yeah, I've dragged you all the way here.
Or algebra.
Exactly.
Chemistry.
Right?
Exactly.
Algebra?
By the way, hieroglyphics, who needs chemistry or algebra?
I mean, okay.
I mean, whatever Troy had for breakfast, you had double.
I didn't do good in science.
And hieroglyphics
and
are
I had
not
a great
science.
vice principal who just let me skate by, and he told me, I'm just going to let you not do science.
I will say, we take the Regents in New York.
Yeah.
And physics was not my strong suit. I had a tough time. Because physics is one of those that if you don't pay attention,
you're lost.
You're done.
Yeah.
And you're done for the year. Like, I tapped out for 3 weeks or so, and that was it. No more. But physics was also the only Regents test that wasn't totally Scantron. Like all the other ones are multiple choice Scantron, but for physics you had to show formulas and draw diagrams. So passing is 65 in New York. Mm-hmm. When I got my physics Regents back and I got 65 on the dot, I went, oh, my teacher gave me, boy, did he do me a solid. Because I knew he gave me all the points on the part where he could actually kind of fiddle with it a little bit. 100%. Yeah. He gave me all the points I needed. And to this day, I'm grateful for that.
That's all you need. You just need a good teacher or a vice principal or guidance counselor who will just let you skate through high school, and then you just get a job in radio.
Dude, thank you, Alex. It really is like we all did this stuff. I mean, you can also do it in college.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was in college
is even easier.
Right. And when I was in college, I was trying to get out so I could start my radio career, and I had 2 more years of school to do, but I decided to pack it all into 1 year so I could get out and just start. And I was just trying to get all the credits that I needed to get the paper that says I was done. And I needed a science credit. And I don't like geology.
No.
The study of rocks. Ugh. What could be worse? But the nickname for it was Rocks for Jocks. They said all the football players and basketball players took this course to get their science credit.
Mike, that's not cool.
Rocks for Jocks.
We do have a long reputation of not being academically inclined.
So I go, perfect, Rocks for Jocks. And we get there, and the teacher goes there's going to be 3 tests this whole semester, and 1 project, and each of those things is 25% of your grade.
Yeah.
I said, great. The project, I did fine on, because it included a presentation. I could kind of bullshit my way through it. All good. First test comes back. Fail. I go, okay. Not great.
Strike 1.
Not great. I go, okay. As long as I got a pass on the second test, I could average that failure right out. And all I need is a D in this class. I just need to pass it. Take the second test. Miserable failure. Way worse than the first one. And I went, holy shit. I'm trying to figure out mathematically. I go, mathematically.
This is Rocks for Jocks.
Right. This is Rocks for Jocks. Number 1, how can I pass this class? And even if it would say, okay, if you get a 90% on the final test, how could I possibly expect to get a 90% on the final test if I failed the first 2 miserably? So I went to the teacher's assistant. I'd never been to office hours the whole time I was there. But I went to office hours, and I was like, look, I did an internship in radio. It's looking like I might be able to develop a career there. This is what my path is. But I need to graduate school. And how am I going to pass this class? And he goes, oh, yeah, no, I see it. He goes, and he was he liked the radio thing. Mm-hmm. He's one of those oh, what kind of radio? And I go, okay, all right.
Okay.
And he goes, well, can I see your test, the last test? I go, yeah. And I gave it to him. And he's looking it over, and he goes, okay. On this question, when you said this, did you mean like this? And I looked at him slowly, and I went, yes. And he goes, you did? And I said, yes. He goes, okay, then I can see where you got there. What about this one? Did you actually mean this? And I go, yes. And he goes, did you mean this? And I go, yes, I did, yes. Okay, well, I can see how you would get there. And he raised that test from a 30 to a 76 or something like that. And then he had written all the right answers on the test. The final, a third of it was made up of questions from that test.
Previous questions, yeah.
I just memorized the test that he'd given me all the right answers for. Smart. And then just did enough to pass that last one. I got out. I skated.
Now you have a morning show.
I got out, got my own morning show. That's the story.
It worked out.
That's the whole story. It worked out. It was all good. And those hieroglyphics the CIA had taught me early on. They
did nothing.
Well, no, they did nothing.
No.
They didn't help me with Rocks for
waste of
Jocks.
time.
That's for sure. Did this other lady give any insight as to how...
Yeah. So this woman apparently, this video features audio that they had to listen to during testing sessions.
What? Okay, that's...
All right. I haven't listened to this.
Okay.
But I'm sure...
You'll agree with it.
It is going to prove my point.
The CIA's Gateway program came out in the 1970s and 1980s. I'm going to talk more about that, but first I want to talk to you about the bridge between that program and the Gifted and Talented, or GATE program that happened in the 1980s and 1990s for children. And are these...
Why are you making those sounds?
No, she's figuring it out. She's going to tell us.
The Gateway program.
I'll tell you why
and then the GATE program.
You know why yeah, you're right. The word GATE was never used before that.
Gifted and Talented.
Education.
Yeah.
I I think this might be why they're trying to ban TikTok.
Yeah, because
The truth's coming out. There are too many truth tellers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's the only social media app that has far less scams and advertisements.
That's right. That's right.
And cougarizing.
And yeah, the cougarizing I'm going to miss.
Yeah, you don't get that as much on Instagram.
I don't see any fine shits on Instagram.
No, I learned about that yesterday.
Yep.
Is too connected? I tend to think yes. The CIA's gateway.
All right.
Yeah. Are they
I tend to think.
Sorry.
Go for it.
And are these two connected? I tend to think yes. The CIA's gateway.
That's such a good soundbite for any sort of bullshit, disproven, like nonsense with no information, just kind of a gut feeling. I tend to think yes. All right. Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Just have an open mind.
No, you're right. You're right. I tend to think
yes.
Yes.
Gateway program or Gateway Experience was a series of training and audio techniques that were developed at the Monroe Institute, like I said, back in the 70s and the 80s. Well, for a lot of us who were in GT or GATE, Gifted and Talented program in the 1980s and 1990s, number one, it's very weird, some of the experiences we went through. Number two, there's so many similarities between that program and the CIA program, which has been in undisclosed documents that you can find online.
They both
The
use desks
Stop
with chairs
being so
attached.
shitty.
There's a person at the front of the room. Some call it a teacher.
She's going to blow your mind, and you're going to look like a real idiot.
You're right. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm being condescending, and I have a bad attitude about the whole thing.
You sound a lot like me.
Shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. You sound a lot like Troy.
Stupid?
Awesome dude.
That's I was one of those two. I don't remember which one.
This Gateway program focused on out-of-body consciousness, meditation, and out-of-body experiences. For some of us who were in GT and GATE in the 1980s and 90s, we remember going through very interesting tests. Some of them were basic IQ tests, but many of them were of the meditation type testing, where we had to listen to a woman's voice on an audio tape with big earphones. They were
And she would
facilitated
say
by
like
people
this.
who
It
did
was
not.
really, really weird. She would go, "Tell me which ear you hear the beep in."
Okay, that's a hearing test.
Boop. Oh, okay, okay.
That's not.
Oh, you don't think that's a CIA gateway?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, that's a standard hearing test. You would do that in the nurse's office when you were also checked for lice.
I see. And sometimes your mom would have it too?
Sometimes your mom would have it too, but only if she was gross.
They were facilitated by people who did not work at our school. And if you've watched my other GATE or GT videos, then you'll know
The
about
whole
even
series.
All right.
The whole series.
We're going to have to.
We're going to do a deep dive.
You think so?
Yeah.
She
more
really got to the
weird
bottom of it.
phenomenology type experiences that a lot of us had that went through that program. The weirdest part is, why were they named the same thing? This is probably going to be part one, because I'm going to deep dive into this
This is
subject
the
over the
end of
next
part
couple
one?
days.
Oh.
But remember some of the other things that I've talked about with the pineal gland and fluoride. And this is my personal experience, so TikTok, do not take it down.
I like the disclaimer.
Yeah, TikTok's probably sweating.
Oh, boy. You can't let this info out there.
Oh, no, I'm not sure. Everybody's going to find out.
Interesting.
That was interesting?
No. She's going to get to the bottom of it.
What's Red Note?
She's only got a few days. Red Note is the Chinese. It's like it's a Chinese app that is very similar to TikTok, and a lot of people are shifting over to Red Note.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for like the Chinese to make something.
Yeah, they're like, well, if you're not going to give us TikTok, we're going to go to Red Note.
All right, she posts a lot of videos.
Well, she's talented and gifted.
There's a lot to say.
I think the most mysterious thing about the talented and gifted program is that how many people resulted to not be talented or gifted.
You have to weed them out. For the CIA, right? They probably only take the cream of the crop.
I guess so. Tell me if you think this is mysterious, and maybe if I say it with a tone of voice, you'll be like, oh, that is weird. I had a friend named Chucky in school, and when we went to Talented and Gifted,
I feel like you're going to say something really stupid.
the teacher made us call him Chuck because she said Chucky was juvenile.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do you think that's a CIA thing?
It might be. Yeah. Like, hey, it's not Jimmy, it's Jim.
By the way, if a teacher ever did that, like, then I guess it was fine. If a teacher ever told the class what to call my kid, I'd be furious. I'd turn into that lady in the House of Representatives saying, meet me outside. How about that?
You don't want teachers changing your kid without your notification?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Oh, okay.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably
All
not.
right.
No.
Okay.
No.
He's been red-pilled.
Yep.
I've just been watching a lot of really interesting stuff lately. I'll tell you guys about it later.
Illuminati bot?
Well, there's just interesting stuff going on that you guys might not know about. Have you seen some of these books?
Like, you want your kid to come home the same way that he or she came.
You know they don't have to. You know these kids don't have to tell you everything.
No, they don't.
What?
Ken in South Carolina.
Hey guys, love the show.
Thanks.
Sam, congrats.
Thanks.
So I was in the stupid gifted program like 25 years ago.
Uh huh.
And I don't think I was a CIA operative. But they do weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'm not. But it is weird. And my brother, he also tested for it and didn't get in. To this day, thinks that it was a CIA operative recruitment.
A lot of people, like in this room, for instance, the people who think it was like a CIA recruitment program are the people who didn't get picked for it because they were dumb. You know, I mean, like it's there's a lot of cope, I think, happening. A lot of cope where it's people going like, well, I'm glad I wasn't picked for it. It's CIA operative stuff. Well, I mean, what do you say when you say there was a lot of weird stuff? I keep hearing this, like in all these TikToks, I feel like they do the same thing. There was a lot of weird stuff. Anyway, subscribe and like, and you're like, what was the stuff?
Well, they used to mainline green tea into me, which I thought was odd.
What do you mean mainline?
I mean, just make us constantly drink green tea.
When you say, first of all, it's odd. It is odd. It is odd. That feels very cult-like. Like what is in the green tea? But when you say like, you mean like throughout the day, or maybe just start the day with a nice little cup of green tea?
You finished your green tea. Here's some more green tea.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's serious.
That's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. Like maybe the only common denominator between my brother and I, as far as it being a CIA thing,
is the green tea. Okay. I mean, Ken, thank you.
It's
weird. Green tea is weird. To drink that much green tea is a weird thing. I mean, maybe it's the 90s and they were just starting to figure out, like, you know, this is like that sort of, no, we're on our nutrition kick. We're going to have the kids drink green tea. Or maybe they were putting LSD in the tea and it was more that, you know, CIA stuff.
Hey, Sam, you're smart. You know about MK Ultra. Why are you so dismissive about this?
Well, there's just no evidence that it exists. Like, you can't correlate it to something else with no evidence and then go, well, come on, it could.
As the government issued a statement denying that it exists.
No.
They haven't, Travis? Have you looked that up?
No. I'm just assuming they haven't.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll take the assumption.
They're in a transitionatory phase.
That's true. I wouldn't trust the statement right now anyway.
I mean, we're about to take Cuba off the terror list.
Yeah, so who's to say what's going on? I mean, 2 weeks ago, if you asked me what the name of this show was, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. So, yeah, I guess, now is probably the time for this information to leak out. Troy, you think could be drip feed?
Anything's possible at this point.
Okay. All right. No, I think...
I mean, it is possible to look back on things that you experienced as a child and be like, that was weird. What's that all about?
Yeah, and then it's possible to be like, well, yeah, it's just a ditto that you did in Talented and Gifted. This is not interesting. I mean, it's fun to reminisce, but, you know, I mean, it's...
I mean, you got to recruit from somewhere. You're the CIA.
Yeah.
Well, how come all these people didn't end up in the CIA? They ended up on TikTok.
Because they're the ones that didn't make it.
Yeah, we don't hire everyone that's interviewed.
And the people that did make it, they're not going to jump on TikTok and be like, hey, guess what the CIA did? They hired me as a kid.
We don't bring on every intern that's interviewed?
No.
How bad are these people interviewing?
Really?
I mean, look what we get.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
No, we have great interns.
All right.
We've had.
Yeah.
A couple here and there.
You don't need to insult the interns, Troy.
You don't know which ones I'm insulting.
I was being cute and facetious. They know.
No, they don't.
Well, it's not Coop.
Coop's the goat.
Yeah, Coop is goat.
Coop has nothing to worry about.
No.
By the way, Coop would have been in these classes.
Talented and gifted are not words that you would correlate with Coop Cooperson or whatever his full name is.
Coop would have been with me in Votech.
Yeah, I think that's right.
With a smile on his face.
Yeah, we would have rode the Votech bus together.
But Coop's wouldn't have been disciplinary issues. They would have been academic issues.
Well, I probably had both, but
Coop Cooperson is not his name.
I don't know. Whatever it is.
It's Carlton.
Yeah, sure.
If you say so.
Whatever.
Carl Carlson.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this. However, I do. This is when. Okay, if you want to get into it.
Yeah.
You want to get into it?
I thought we were.
You want to keep it real?
Always want to keep it real.
My eyebrow does get a little raised, right? Last week was CES, the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah.
And I always like looking because not only do they kind of show off new products, but even more so, they show off new technology and you kind of see trends of where things are going. And I kept coming across lists of AI robots that were dressed real cute. Like, not sex robots. Although I did see there were a lot of sex robots.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, stuff that was designed to look like Furbies. Stuff that was designed to, that a kid would want in the home. And then they brought, and so, like, I am a little concerned that the idea that they're pushing so hard to get, like, AI devices and robots independently in homes to the point that they want your kid asking for it, that's a little concerning to me. And they're obviously going to be able to record everything, send everything. They're going to be connected to your home network. Like, it's a little much. They had cute names and everything. And I've spent this long avoiding having, and I know it's in vain because, everything's listening. The smart TV's listening. The phone's listening all the time. I mean, like, dude, the phone listening. My wife bought, like, I don't know, some weird bathrobe that I'm sure she saw advertised somewhere, but it's like a house coat. It's like, it looks almost like a blanket, but it, like, you wear it. And it came to the house. She wore it. I don't know what it's called to this day. She wore it. She tried it on. I was like, yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, if you want a big blanket to wear around the house, then that's perfect. But she ended up sending it back because it was expensive, and she was like, I'm babying it too much. But after that conversation, advertisements for it popped up on my Facebook.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I'm like, we didn't even mention what the name of it was.
They're listening.
Yeah, to everything.
No, you don't have to mention what the name is.
Right.
They're reading your brain.
You think they're reading the brain?
Bro, I've thought about shit and all of a sudden it pops up.
Yeah.
I mean, probably takes about 15 minutes to read your brain. It's quick.
What are you saying?
Nothing. It's a brochure. So,
It's a postcard.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, well, we're done with this one. Is there another brain to move on to? All the AI bots are really hoping they get Troy's brain because, they're going to have an hour to do it, and they know they're going to get it done in about 10 minutes and just be able to fucking chill for the rest of the
free
time.
play.
Yeah. But yeah, so like the robots at CES, the whatever this is, TCL AI, but Amy. Oh, I'm sorry, Amy.
Because it's cute.
Yeah, it looks like a little baby alien running around in a wheelchair pod, and it's pink. Who wouldn't want this running around the house?
It's an emotional support companion robot for kids.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Tell me your secrets.
Yeah, wasn't there a movie about this, like, over the summer? About some, like...
Yeah. I mean, you talking about Megan?
No, not Megan.
But it's kind of, I mean...
Yeah, it's similar, but it was like... fuck, I forget what the movie was called.
Long Legs.
No.
Satan is in all of these devices.
Anyway,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and it's certainly not going to help socialize kids.
No.
The idea that, like, oh, you don't have any friends? No problem. You've tried. You're 7 years old. You've tried long enough. Here's a robot. Well, I'm done developing social skills now. Yeah, this is...
So that's Amy.
Okay. If you seek Amy?
Yep. This is Ropet. I bet I can guess what this is.
I mean, it looks exactly like a Furby. Look at the eyes are cute. It's fuzzy on the outside.
Yeah, let's see. As we walked over to the Ropet booth, a person was waving a plastic hot dog in front of the little robot, and small cartoon hot dogs flashed across its eyes in response.
It'll react. Oh, that's scary. Oh, boy. That's scary.
Yeah, because it's looking at everything that you're doing.
Yeah, there's a camera in its nose.
Oh.
This is movie stuff. This is literally like when you implant robots into your home so they can learn everything and then they can take over everything. This is Ex Machina.
Yeah. Marumi?
I mean, that might be the cutest one yet. I might get Marumi.
Oh, you know what? It's small and fluffy and has no other purpose than to just make you smile by looking around and staring at you.
That's all.
Yep, probably not recording anything you're saying or doing.
Nope. It's so cute. What does that do? It just stares. Why do you have that in
That's the name of the movie. Afraid. It's about this like Alexa type device, that like starts telling the kids like, "Oh, I'm your best friend. Like, do this to mom, do this to dad."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Harold or Kumar. It's Blumhouse.
I'm pretty sure Harold. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, it was a Blumhouse. Did you see the new trailer for the next Blumhouse movie?
Which is what?
Woman in the Yard?
No.
Oh, that looks good.
I think we should watch it in a moment.
Okay.
But you see what I mean? Like, all of these are like look, this one looks like a little shit emoji. And the kids love the shit emoji.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
Romy is a conversational robot that fits in the palm of your hand and is here for you if you want to chat, vent, or just hang out.
Romy, and the other one is Michelle, right?
Yep.
And it's their high school reunion?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like, hey.
It goes with you everywhere.
Here's a tiny little thing you can fit in your hand. Say whatever you want to it.
Tell it all your secrets, and we'll send it to the advertisers. Yeah, This is what freaks me out, because it's not even like it's the AI robots that collect information that freaks me out. It's not like the ability to use AI to do photos and videos and stuff like that. We're still way far off from it being like, you can kind of tell it's AI still,
of course.
But this stuff is gonna hit. I mean, it's hitting right now. It's there.
Scorpion.
And unfortunately, robots are cool.
Robots are awesome.
Oh yeah.
Robot dog. They're like, don't worry. Look at that robot dog. Well, look at the Mimo. The Mimo is like, don't even worry about the episode of Black Mirror that looks exactly like this. Don't even worry about that.
Mimo is a 6-legged table with a lamp on top.
Well, I have a 4-legged table with a lamp on top. I don't need the Mimo.
We didn't see Mimo do much besides shimmy around the show floor and wave. But there are some really interesting ideas behind the AI-powered robot. It runs multiple large language models, thinks and acts based on its environment.
Yikes.
Its creators say it could help with child care and elder care tasks. See? No problem.
Okay. I'm okay with it doing elder care. Child care is terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Elder care seems like a relief.
And that's kind of what Afraid is about. Like, it is designed, this thing is designed to help you raise your kids.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because children's brains are malleable. Older brains are mush.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind, like, once my parents can't take care of themselves anymore, sticking them in there with a lamp with a table on it that runs around the room and going, don't worry, the lamp will take care of you.
Like, Mimo could solve all your dad's computer problems.
Right. Just ask Mimo, Pop.
Where's the ad blocker?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Mimo's got it. I think I deleted my internet. Oh, okay.
Oh, now this looks like a robot that Mike's going to get.
Reachy, too?
Yeah. Well, look, he's got muscles. He's wearing a tank top.
And he'll give you a Reachy.
I was going to say, why do they call him Reachy? He's very helpful.
Well, look at the grip on that one hand.
This is $75,000.
Oh, that's...
it's an open source machine with a human pilot that is ideal for teleoperation and data acquisition.
Data acquisition?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Lots of cute robots.
Yeah, cute robots.
So you want a Marumi?
I do want a Marumi, actually. Because it's really cute. It's fluffy. This fluffball robot stole my heart. And identity. Look at it. Oh, look at that. It's on the arm of a purse.
I mean, it's literally something my daughter's going to ask for.
Of course it is. We're going to need 2 in my house for the kids.
Come back out. Do you want me to have it and then?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this
is very cute.
And the fact that it barely does anything is what's going to make it the thing. Like everything that becomes a thing is very not complicated. Barely does anything. It's just kind of cute and whimsical.
It's going to get fucking annoying fast seeing adults walking around with those in public.
They're going to, and they're going to say it's for emotional support.
All it does is stare at you and move its head around a little until you've successfully been tricked into a few moments of happiness. This feels like editorializing.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse, right? I don't know if it's worse. The collecting data is one thing.
That's way worse than whatever you're going to say.
No, collecting data is very bad. I'm not a fan. I'm anti-collecting data. I don't like it. But I also think like the stripping of humanity
Absolutely.
that is happening, right? And the idea that you would turn to happiness from this robot and that you think, because it's not true, but you think that you need interaction with other human beings less and less and less. Like, because I've experienced that feeling where like you get lost on Twitter because there's drama going on or your mentions are blowing up or whatever it is. And you think like, you're like, oh my God, that's the whole world. And you get that feeling in your stomach and you're like, oh my God, what's happening? And then you walk outside and literally the minute you walk outside, this wave hits you and you go, oh, like if I just leave my phone in the house, it's not reality. I'm taking it too seriously. There's a real world happening all around. Just like, they say touch grass, but touching grass and going for a walk instantly reconnects you. And then if you talk to somebody in person who you actually like, who you have a connection with, I think they call them friends, IRL friends, and you sit down, you get a cup of coffee with them, because I'm sitting in the Dunkin' anyway, and you have this interaction, you go, oh, this is actual real life that can't be duplicated. But the more cute wrist robots you get,
Marumi?
Yeah, the more and more reason you're going to have to be like, oh, I don't have to deal with this person at all. I mean, what did they say in the Facts of Life song? You take the good, you take the
bad.
You nailed that
There
one
you
too,
have.
Troy. And there you have the Facts of Life. Except if you have a robot on your wrist and it's always good, you're going to go like, well, I'm going to deal with my Marumbi on my wrist because it's good stuff. I don't want to deal with the bad part of my relationship with this person.
Maybe this is just...
And then you miss the Facts of Life.
But maybe it's just reshaping humanity.
It's not.
It's just the next evolution of humans.
Because it's them, though.
Well, I'm not saying it's good, but it's just the way that... I mean, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You're not going to stop it. You can hate it all you want. This is not going to stop.
Well, I tell you what, it's not in the image of Christ.
Well, no shit.
I tell you who would have a real problem with this.
JC
and MG.
Mel.
Oh, Mel Gibson. he would hate all this. Although even Mel said he's going to use like I don't know if it's AI, but he's going to use anti-aging technology on Jim Caviezel so he could be in the Jesus sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I mean, I hope it's better than the Scorsese stuff.
Well, it's come a long way in a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
And Jesus was a young man.
They did it for...
Yeah. Oh, is that the age?
When he was crucified?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You didn't know that?
I did.
I didn't know that.
You didn't for real?
No.
Come on, bro.
I'm not a religious guy.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Now, when somebody asks you, how old was Jesus when he was crucified?
35.
No, that's not shit.
No. When you ask Travis how old was Jesus when he was crucified, Travis goes, I don't buy into any of that shit.
He wasn't real. He wasn't real.
And you know what the person next to him goes?
He was.
He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. You know, they say it's a fairy tale. They say it didn't exist, but it did. It did.
It happened.
It happened. You're like, okay, dude.
Oh boy.
There he is.
Marumi's only $70.
I mean, it's affordable.
Yep.
It's the next Tickle Me Elmo, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And everybody was fine after that.
It wasn't a I mean, I guess it wasn't an AI robot specifically reacting to you, although it did go.
That was cute.
And what? Did you ever tickle me, Elmo?
I didn't, but they were cute.
They were.
This is just what they do to gain the foothold, though. This is the first thing.
What's the second thing?
Who's to say?
Oh my God!
I'm not a tech bro. I don't know about these things.
You're right. You're right.
I won't have one of these in my house.
Good, because it's only the first thing. Oh, really? What's the final step? Who's to say?
But it's not going to be good.
I'm just not a first step guy. No. Well, yeah, you figured out your life. You know when you figured out your life? At the height of 90s shock culture. And you won't be moving on
when
from
it was
that.
the best.
That's right.
I agree with that.
I can keep watching American Pie.
It's a great movie, and the soundtrack, everything about that movie is great.
It gets better and better through the lens of time.
I think you're right. Even when they're spying on the girl changing.
That was funny back then.
That's right. That's right.
That was just hijinks.
High school hijinks.
If you didn't mean it maliciously, it was okay.
Exactly.
This guy. Finally, someone's talking some sense in here.
Yeah, putting penises in menus. It's funny. It's hijinks.
Well, I don't know if we'll all go that far, but we will take a break. There's much to discuss. We'll be right back. Stay there.
There's more Sam Roberts Show after this. You're back with Sam Roberts Show.
That's going to be a banger. So make sure that you check that out. It's not the greatest. It looks like they're politicizing Diet Coke, which is tough for me because I'm a DC guy. But they're politicizing Diet Coke because the CEO of Coca-Cola must have caught wind that Donald Trump is a Diet Coke fan. And so for the first time, I think it's the first time ever, ahead of the inauguration.
Oh, damn.
The CEO personally delivered a personalized President Trump inauguration Diet Coke bottle.
This is like when What's-Her-Face got that Bud Light can.
Oh.
I don't know if it's exactly the
Dylan
same.
Mulvaney.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly the same. I don't think Trump is now a social media influencer for Diet Coke.
I mean, you don't think people are drinking Diet Coke because he drinks Diet
100%. I mean, see, I'm talking about influencer as a title, not influencer as a practice.
Okay.
You see, I think Donald Trump influences.
Sure.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I wonder, like, if I go into the deli today, if I go, like, I'm going to get my bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay, so you're Dunkin'.
No, in the afternoon, I wouldn't get a bacon, egg, and cheese from Dunkin'. If it were the morning, far more likely.
Is that the CEO?
I think so, yeah.
He looks like a word we can't say yet.
I think he looks great.
He's like, duh.
But do you think if I go into the deli, it's a nice bottle?
Yeah.
I wonder if Trump opened it and drank it. Can you imagine?
He probably did. He was like, oh, great, thanks.
If they delivered it to him and the CEO put it down in front of him, oh, thank you so much. He just pops it open and pours it out.
They're like,
You're not.
that was the only one.
It's the only one. Very Kiefer Sutherland burning his own action figure prototype. And then, of course, Elon Musk tweeted the inventor of Diet Coke is a genius, which nobody understands what he's even talking about.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
that guy did not invent Diet Coke.
No. Diet Coke's amazing.
Maybe that's what he was talking about. Like, this
actually just reminds me. Yeah, it's like when I hear one story and I'm like, you know what that makes me think of? But yeah. So, but does that mean that now if I go into the deli and get a Diet Coke with my bacon, egg, and cheese, because that's what I would get, do they look at me like and give me a wink?
I don't think so.
Like, we got you. We know. We know where you're at.
I don't think so.
I hope not. I like a nonpartisan Diet Coke.
Yeah. No, if they're winking, they might be like risen, but like.
Right. Here's your Diet Coke, fine shits. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I do come here fairly often, as a matter of fact. Yes, I do. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd love one day to have my own.
I mean, that's a one of one.
I mean, I'd love a Not Sam one of one Diet Coke bottle.
Now, you can just order a bottle of Coke with like a name on it.
All right. Maybe I'll do that then.
But it ain't like that.
Oh, I would like it to be like that.
It's just like a regular Coke, and then they write like Sam on it.
Oh, I don't want that. I want something special, and I want the CEO to bring it to me in the basement.
It came in a box.
Do they know how much I like Diet Coke?
Who?
Coke.
The creator?
Yeah, the inventor. It's not a creator, it'd be an inventor. And I also, by the way, I drink Diet Coke and regular Coke. I drink them both. So, I drink both.
So are people upset?
People are. It's been trending all day. Like, people are either like trying to be. Sometimes some people are politicizing it, of course, and then some people are just using it as an excuse to go, well, yeah, I always hated Diet Coke anyway. Coke Zero is the shit, and it's like, come on, dude.
It's the same thing.
I prefer Diet. It's a different taste. They say Coke Zero is...
No, but I mean, like, if you're shitting... Are they shitting on Diet Coke because, like,
I don't know.
Trump drinks Diet Coke?
They're just trying to figure it out. They're trying
like another product from the same company.
From the same company. I won't support Diet Coke anymore. I'm only getting Coke Zero. Okay, all right. You really twisted my arm on that one. You got us. If that's what you're going to take, yeah. So they're either doing that or some of the anti-soda brigade is coming out, which I hate them. I hate anti-soda people.
RFK.
He's not anti-soda anymore. He's not allowed to be anti-soda. Trump is doing soda burps in his face. Can you smell that? What was I drinking? I got you. It was RC Cola this time. No, there's no RFK is drinking soda in the White House.
Probably all there is.
I noticed. I noticed you haven't had a sip of your drink, Robert. Oh no, Mr. President. You look thirsty, Robert. Why don't you have a drink? Why don't you get over here and take a picture of Robert taking a drink of his soda? Okay. Critics on social media, yes.
Oh, it's taking me to.
Oh, on Blue Sky.
Oh man.
Oh, good. You know what's the best part about getting blasted on Blue Sky?
Nobody
finds out about it. Trump's inauguration is turning into the world's biggest ass-licking contest. That's right, because when a president gets inaugurated, it's very rare that you have a bunch of people flattering the new president. That's never happened at an inauguration before. You definitely don't see that.
Oh, here's another Blue Sky.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what they're saying. What do they call them, blue skies? I got to post a blue sky.
I don't even know what you call it.
I got to post a butterfly.
Oh, here's another reason to drink water or beer.
Nailed him.
I don't think beer is supposed to replace Coke.
Yeah, well, if you are going to drink beer, make sure it's Hulk Hogan Real American beer.
Hey, give me a bacon, egg, and cheese and a beer.
And a beer? We only stock Real American. Fuck! Damn it! Yeah, there was a comment right under that. Well, I guess I'm switching over to Pepsi. All right.
That was from 2012.
Oh, the Coca-Cola company is not happy with me. That's okay. I'll still keep drinking that garbage. Is that real?
Yes.
Oh, because he's going to keep drinking it. He's not going to stop.
And he wasn't president yet.
And he wasn't president.
When was he?
In 2012, he was not president.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great. But I like that he also was like, that's okay, I'll still keep drinking. Like, he's going to call it garbage, but also he knows there's going to be pictures of him drinking it because it's his favorite beverage. He's not going to give it up.
No, that's okay. You don't have to agree with everybody.
No.
Yeah.
No, you just make a great product. He's separating the art from the artist as far as Diet Coke goes in 2012.
Yeah.
And now Diet Coke, it's not dissimilar to when Bud Light was like, hey, Kid Rock, would you want to do something together? And Kid Rock was like, yes, I would.
For sure.
Matter of fact, yes, I would. What, are you? Oh, you're paying. Yes, I would. I would like to do something together. Yeah, the inauguration is going to be a real shindig. As they said, Carrie Underwood is going to be performing. The Village People, live and in the flesh, are going to be performing. That's huge.
I mean, are they still the same people?
No, well, they have a whole village worth of people to choose from. Oh. So it's okay if they switch out members. That's not a big deal.
Like, yeah, these aren't the same guys anymore, right?
I don't think so. No, I think there've been very. Yeah, look at the past members. I think Victor Willis has to still
He is the only
original OG.
Yeah, he's a founding member.
Look at the past members. Just scroll. I mean, that's a lot of past
like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Right.
Goodness. Yeah, he's the only one that's still around.
The only person that's not going to the
73.
They're not the most complicated songs in the world to sing. Yeah, I think he's got it.
Yeah. No.
You know, the dance, it's pretty easy.
Plus, everyone's just going to be watching one person dance anyway.
Of course, it's the meme dance.
You see, Elon does it now too.
Move his little fist. Of course, you got to do it. You win a UFC fight, you got to do the Trump dance. Everybody's got to do the Trump dance. You got to. It's the newest rage.
It's like when everyone did the sprain.
Of course, the sprain.
And the headliner. Don't forget.
Who's the headliner?
Well, you said.
Oh, the KID. Of course, the early morning Stone Pimp is going to be part of this. I hope he plays American Badass.
I hope he just plays the cool hour.
If he does a full set?
Yeah.
If he does, that entire Devil Without a Cause album, I listen to that thing front to back more times than I feel free to announce. I mean, I know every song on that whole album, even the deep cuts. So if he starts playing, if he does a whole album and then also does American Badass after, because that's not on Devil Without a Cause.
No, but you still have to do it.
You still have to do it. People love it.
I think it's televised, right?
Oh, I hope he gets Sheryl Crow out there to do. You think he's going to put the picture away?
Yeah, probably with someone else. Sheryl Crow ain't coming.
You don't think Sheryl Crow's coming?
She's not going to co-sign on that.
Carrie will do it.
Carrie will do it. Carrie's a real one.
She's going to do the football song.
And she's going to try to upstage Sheryl Crow. She's going to try to do it better.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
she probably will do it better.
She is. And she's going to come out. She's going to do, "Are you ready for the football? All my rowdy friends are coming over
Not
tonight."
her song.
Well, that's the song everybody wants to hear. If you're going to do the football song.
That's Hank Williams.
Well, please call him Bo Cephas. The only person not going to be at the Trump inauguration, Michelle Obama, is apparently not going to the Trump inauguration.
Nope.
She said, "I'm not going to that. I'm not going to the funeral." I wonder if Barack goes home and has to, like, "You were talking to that man?"
Oh,
Michelle,
that was a problem.
Yeah, he's a okay dude. Like, we gotta do business together. It's still about putting the country first. Do you know what he did to us? Do you know what he did to our family? Let bygones be bygones, Michelle. Can we not talk about this?
That was a fight.
Yep. And you're going to the inauguration. Yeah, I'm going to go to the inauguration. Why did you treat Kamala like that, Michelle? I'm going to treat Kamala like that. I mean, come on. I understand you're sensitive about Trump, but come on.
Her people say it's a scheduling conflict, but
there's a lot of scheduling.
Everybody knows when the inauguration is.
Was that Jimmy Carter thing a scheduling conflict too?
Yes.
Well, she's a busy lady. She's got a lot going on.
Just be honest and be like, I want to sit next to him.
I have a scheduling conflict? Oh, really? Where else would you like to be? Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'll be anywhere else that day. Oh, what time is it at? Ooh, yeah. I'll be absolutely anywhere else, unfortunately. So I'll catch you next time, though. Oh, this will be your last term. Sorry. Dr. X in Mexico City?
This is going to be right out of Wayne's World. Fucking Trump is going to have product placement everywhere. Diet Coke banners all over the podium, all over the stage, all over the White House. Anytime they do a shot of the White House in the Oval Office, there will be a Diet Coke can strategically placed right on the desk.
Noah's Arcade presents The Oval Office. Party on, Trump,
Later, boys.
and party on, JD. You think JD will come up to him? JD, I've got a splitting headache. Here, Mr. President, take 2 of these. Little, yellow, different. I just think people would do anything for money, and I just find that really sad. Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation. I can't wait to see it. I hope it all goes down. We'll be here to document all of it. We'll talk to you about all that and more tomorrow. If you missed any of the show, we're playing the first hour again after the commercial, as well as, of course, the whole show's available on demand whenever Travis gets his thumb out of it on the SiriusXM app. We'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
And now I'm here immersed in it all. And yeah, it's hard.
The Knicks at least feel hopeful.
The Mets and Knicks.
The Mets and Knicks are both hopeful teams.
Absolutely.
The Jets are not.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Do the Jets bring you more joy or more sad? Like,
I mean, come on.
But the Mets at least have a long season. But do you have moments of joy with the Jets? Like, because their season kind of gets over quickly.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for fantasy football, because around this time every year I switch to my fantasy team
and just forget that
yeah, and you just kind of shake your head at the Jets. And I love football so much that we got some behind the scenes laughter about fantasy football.
I'm looking at it. He's fantasy football. He doesn't like it.
You don't like fantasy football?
I personally don't enjoy it.
Well, you're obviously not a Jets fan.
No. I'm a
Ask him what he likes. Ask him what he likes.
Oh, you're a Cowboys guy? Yeah. So talk about owner hate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're in the same boat.
We're working on running him out of town.
Yeah, until that guy stops.
Yeah, Fire Jerry the GM has been trending for a little while.
This is terrible. Yeah.
You have no chance until that happens.
Yeah. No, he's.
But I like fantasy because at least there's something else to turn to besides my fakakta team.
Right.
And I love the NFL. I really like, I'm actually, if Tampa Bay plays Detroit, I'm wildly interested in that game. So I just enjoy the games.
Yeah, I dislike it just because it veers so far away from actual football that it's just a, stat compilation.
You have to understand about Mike, too. He's a very sort of non-emotional fan. He literally told us that he didn't want to go to championship games of his teams because he wouldn't see the plays properly. Like, this is not a guy who's in it for fun.
There's zero
Look,
emotion.
I understand. Well, you mean that in all sports?
Autism
Like,
is the word.
I understand that. That in football, because like being there is sort of not. It's so much better through the screen. But you feel that way about baseball and basketball too.
I'm a Mets fan. My issue with going to a baseball game especially in October would be, if you get up at Citi Field, the line to take a piss, it's like a 15-minute wait.
Yeah.
So if you get up at the end of the third inning, it's the end of the fourth by the time you get back to your seat, and you've missed huge chunks of the game standing in a line.
So are you like the youngest grandpa known to man? This is a young man who's saying this. Look, what are you, like 32? What are you, 28?
39.
Wow, you look younger. You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's still too young to be complaining about the P line at Citi Field.
He is literally the Mets make the playoffs, and he's like, "Well, I would rather not go because the line to the bathrooms will be even longer."
Although you do.
Let's go Mets, except when you have to pee, it's unbelievably difficult. So I hope they win, and I hope the P line gets shorter.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, that show's dead.
And the show's we're Norty and Robs.
We're Norty and
We're trying to make ourselves appeal to younger people.
More Best of the Year is on the way on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. It's time for more memories and laughter.
One paragraph says you transitioned into Nikki, and the next paragraph says that you married Nikki.
Both are true. I'm a lesbian.
The Best of the Year on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts returns now.
Welcome back to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. And yes, you're probably wondering, are they going to be back in 2025? I am wondering the same thing, but at least for the next couple days, we will be. We're back in best of form. And this is it, the best of the year, 2024. Jim and I are going to be on the road in 2025, of course. I'll be doing the Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis, Indiana, not doing stand-up, but bringing the Not Sam Wrestling podcast live to that club. So be there. You get tickets at notsam.com. That'll be January 30th at the Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis for Not Sam Wrestling. And Jim will be on tour all over the place. He's doing the Comedy Mothership January 17th through the 19th, but he'll be in New Hampshire, Tampa, Seattle, Rhode Island, all over the place. Go to jimnorton.com to check any and all of those dates. But the reason Jim's got to be on the road is because he's got new expenses. Jim he's becoming domesticated right in front of our eyes, and that process continued this year as Jim Norton is now a pet owner. After all the time that he said he was thinking about doing it, that his wife wanted to do it, it's happened. Jim Norton has a dog. Jim is a married, monogamous man, homeowner, and has a dog. I mean, who is this guy anymore? We analyze and honestly microanalyze Jim now that he's a dog owner and the decision and how he got the dog and what he plans to do with the dog. It's fascinating stuff, and that's why it's on the best of the year 2024 for Jim and Sam.
The idea of having a child is still so... Obviously, I relented finally. We relented.
Well, yeah, I got a lot of questions about this.
And we went to the North Shore Animal Shelter. We got a nice hookup. We have... We had, she had wanted to get a dog for a long time. And I've skated around it, gotten out of it.
Yeah, I mean, when we started talking about it here, I mean, it had to be 2 years ago.
It was probably 2 years ago. And she didn't know she wanted a rescue because she's like, I don't know, you don't know what the parents are. I'm like, I'd rather do that. I would feel better about that. I like the puppy mills. I think they're fun. The dogs like them. They get laid all day. But I mean,
well, yeah. Plus the puppies. There's so many. They all get to hang around with each other.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
But I said
snuggle together, close quarters.
Sure, absolutely. 5 in a cage, laughing all night, telling stories.
It's like a slumber party every day.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they don't have those annoying pads to shit on. It's right through the grate, so it's nice and clean for them.
It's perfect. They prefer it.
I wanted a hypoallergenic dog. I have to. I just, I realize I love animals, but I can't be around them. So we were waiting. I know Whitney's a fucking animal lover. I'm like, she'll know where to go, where you can get a good dog, a healthy dog. I had a couple of people helping me. Anyway, the North Shore Animal Shelter was where we wound up going. Thanks to Beth Stern, who took excellent care of us.
Wow.
Her and Whitney are very close.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, just a thank you to because she's like, hey, look, there's a rescue coming in at this point, and then it wasn't one of the dogs that we wanted. She goes, but then there's another one coming. Like she knew when they were kind of coming. It's like it's literally like being a drug dealer and having a friend on the police department.
You got the
who knows when the big bust is coming. That's what it was like. So she's like, hey, look, they're coming in, and there was a few different type of dogs, and we had one like a Cavapoo because I'm like, it's hypoallergenic. They're very cute. Poodles are smart.
Yeah, that's a poodle King Charles Cavalier combo. Yeah,
but you never know who the parent is. Like who's the dominant parent? So you don't know if you're going to get what the hair is going to be like.
Of course.
So we get the call. The dog is in. We wait like 3 days. It's like having a child at home. My wife just every day. Like, can we go? I'm like, I got to fucking work. So we go and get the dog a week ago Thursday. After work,
a week before Thanksgiving, right.
Yeah, I go to the gym. And we go to the shelter, and they bring out 2 dogs. The one we wound up taking, and a little black one who was a little shyer.
Oh.
And this one immediately just took to us. Like, you know how you just know,
right?
Like we just knew.
You connected.
Immediately, the dog is kissing and climbing on you. And the other dog I petted, I felt bad for him because I'm like, oh, he's not being very. And the guy's like, but he'll get adopted immediately.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they hold on to cute little puppies all that long. When you have to worry is when it's more the older dogs or the the more quote unquote dangerous breed dogs. And that tiny little cute puppy, they're gonna go.
It's gonna go, and they showed us around the whole facility, like. They have all these like areas for cats, and it's like free roaming kind of like there's rooms. It's like a hospital. Like you look into a room and you see like there's like 10 cats in the room, but they just go wherever they want. So it's very humane,
right?
And these were rescue dogs. It was nice to be able to get what you want and feel like, all right, I didn't go to somebody who's just fucking breeding them and pumping them out.
Yeah. That you did it the right way.
Although I would have if to get my wife off my back.
Right, whatever's quick.
I literally would have stolen it. If it would have shut her up, I would have gone to a cancer ward and stolen one of the feel-good dogs. And if it would have shut my wife up.
Just kidnap a therapy dog. Why is there a vest on the floor? Don't worry about that.
That's a long story. So we kind of fell in love with this dog immediately, and there's a lot of paperwork to do, and they have to go over it. And he had a little.
Did they do any background checks on you guys to make sure that you're good parents, or because good words have been put in by?
We did actually have to fill it out. We had to give references, so I left 3 references. But yeah, you do. You want to make sure that you're not a psychopath.
Yeah.
And again, because I got hooked up with the introduction came from somebody they knew and liked.
A little smoother.
Yeah, it was just a little bit easier. I mean, but they're very nice there, and I almost wanted a rabbit too.
A rabbit?
I do. The rabbit area. They have an area with little fucking rabbits.
It's like a 7-year-old thing.
I know. They're running around. They were so cute. I just wanted to go in and pet the bunnies.
Can I get one of these rabbits too?
There's no way you're walking into that North Shore animal rescue and not taking an animal. You can't.
I mean, rabbits are cute.
They're fucking adorable.
Because they're all fluffy too.
I just wish cats didn't drive me so crazy. Like, to breathe, or I would take a cat as well. I would love to have a cat.
Oh, wow. It would have been great if you just walked home with the zoo.
With a whole bunch of animals.
Oh, yeah. You were just in the moment.
It was hard to pick the dog we picked, even though it was obviously natural. I mean, it was like 2.5 pounds. It's fucking...
This tiny little thing.
Tiny. And, yeah, I mean, it's a very cute...
Is it like nipping a little bit with those cute little puppy teeth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very small. And I was really happy... And then we start posting pictures of it. You finally, it's amazing how protected you get immediately. Like, we had to put it in a little thing. I got a crate for it. You actually told me about crating.
Crate training's
I
awesome.
did get a crate. And I wound up, we got this little blue thing to carry it home. We put it on the train, because you're not going to drive at that hour. And it was fucking...
Oh, yeah, okay.
You're carrying it. It was like 5 o'clock on
and you're going
Thursday.
to Long Island. Forget it.
Yeah. So we're back. The train was great. The LIRR is fucking great.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. But when you get back to the city, outside of Grand Central, there's no cabs, because it was cold and it was rainy.
And you're just starting Thanksgiving week, too.
It was crazy. And so I'm holding this dog. I'm so worried this dog is going to get cold and get water on it. So we're in a cab line. And then finally... We just went onto the subway. which my wife had never been on the subway before, and it was a crush. It was like those Japanese videos where they all push you in, rush hour in the rain,
and you're protective of this dog.
You're literally, and my wife was like, I can't do this. So like we were like, oh, let's just go one more stop, and we got very lucky. They passed the stop before ours and actually dropped us close to where we had to go. And then we got a cab. But it's crazy how protective you get immediately, like all these people fucking crushing up against the dog.
Yeah.
I was really paranoid that something bad was going to happen.
That's your dog.
To little Taffy on the way home.
Taffy.
Yeah, it feels right.
Taffy. And is that because when he shits on the floor and walks in it, he picks his feet up like Taffy?
That's not why, but it's an excellent description when you see little duty prints on the pads. But we had to go out and buy one of those cages because I knew you needed a crate, but I didn't know you need a cage, like to let it run around in for a puppy. Like you can't let the puppy have the whole apartment. It's too big.
Way too big. Almost like and it has to know its territory, almost like a baby gate scenario.
So now I'm at a point where I have to begin training it, like get someone to train. We've had it for 8 days.
Oh,
It pisses and shits on the pads.
Is Taffy a he or a she?
Well, it's another thing. It's a he. But according to some people, it's a she.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
That is the craziest
I'm
thing.
literally being accused of misgendering the animal.
So funny. You can't misgender Taffy.
It's constant.
Taffy.
It's constant.
Taffy. I mean, look, gender and sexuality are two different things.
Yeah, it's a social construct.
That's right.
I forgot. Great point.
Have you heard that before?
I have, yes. I say it often. It's a great point.
Now, are you going to get... Taffy's got to get neutered, though, right? Or was he...
Too young.
Was she already neutered?
Yes. No, she was not spayed.
I'm not going to misgender Taffy.
We have to get...
She's a good girl.
I think he's 10 weeks old, so we have to wait.
Yeah.
And we actually have to get shots every 3 weeks, but we're at a point... Like, he had something with his stomach. Like, they said it's very common for shelter dogs. It's like a little... it's not a parasite, but it was just something that they get that makes their stools watery. Great news.
Sure. Okay.
Great news all over my fucking rug.
Right.
So we had to give 2 days... Thank God it was only a 3-day medication where you put a fucking, like, inject into the mouth. You know what puppies don't like?
What's that?
A plastic needle in their mouth with medicine shot into it.
Sure.
They don't like that at all.
No?
And it's so terrifying to hold a little puppy head.
Oh, yeah.
And try to, because they're fucking shaking violently. I don't want to hurt the dog.
And you feel the fragility.
It's so fragile.
Yeah.
This dog. But we have, again, we bought piss pads galore. So
Does it say Juicy on the...
It might.
Is that a Juicy Couture dog mat?
I mean, somebody may have done that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Of course, Taffy, our little Queen Taffy, has a Juicy Couture mat.
Yeah, why?
She is
why
a good girl.
Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't they?
They.
So we
she's Taffy is our queen.
Yeah, Taffy is a good egg. But we did, by the way, all this time we have this wonderful little Cavapoo, and then people are tweeting and going, "That's a Yorkie." We thought it was a.
You
Cavapoo.
thought it was a Cavapoo the whole time?
We like for the first day or two, we had no idea because the
it doesn't even look like.
I know, but the face when we first got her was kind of a little bit like the ears were down.
I thought you were saying, because obviously it's a Yorkie.
Yeah.
But I thought you were saying that when you went in, the other dog was the Cavapoo.
I believe it was. They had sent us pictures of 3, and I think they sent us pictures of Taffy, but we just thought it was a Cavapoo because the photo of it, the ears were down.
Sure,
and
sure.
They assumed
and the hair was probably like slicked back.
And then
straighter.
Nikki looked at the fucking paperwork, and